We're live right now. People can hear us on the internet. They can't see us, though. They can only hear us. And you know what? I'm looking at the chat. They're all saying, we want isotopes!
Cuzaroo. Slapperoonie.
It's showtime.
WATP.
WATP.
Hello and welcome to what I'm calling Hackamania Recap Live, an impromptu discussion with the people who were there at Hackamania this past weekend in Las Vegas.
Smelled. They didn't have anybody at the door.
Bed bugs.
Bad bugs everywhere.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about the rumors. We'll be talking about the sniping. We'll be talking about the experience. We'll be talking about your FOMO. So many people here right now in this chat watching the show who weren't even in Las Vegas for this event. For shame. How could you miss such an important Dabbleverse event as Hackamania in Las Vegas?
Those are the people who aren't scratching everywhere this morning, unlike
that's
the rest
correct.
of us who actually went. Yeah.
That's the one good thing. Video looks real itchy today.
Yeah, you guys don't know what you're missing.
So I wanted to go through and recap the weekend, what we did, the shows, what we did behind the scenes, all that kind of fun stuff as well. I have to address some bullshit. Tuki sent me over a clip of what Aaron Imholte was saying the other day. he's so full of shit. So I'm going to play that for you in a little bit and just prove that
I'm curious to know what he could possibly think is worse than what he's doing.
he just doesn't know what he's talking about. And it's annoying because he's commenting on it. It's okay to not know what you're talking about if you don't talk about it. I don't care if you don't know what I'm up to over here. Most people don't.
Sure.
Most people don't talk about me. Anyway, we'll get to that in just a moment. But thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Christian Blatt. Thank you, Jenny Jingles, for being here. We might have more people pop in and out. We'll see what happens. I'm not really sure. But I wanted to start off with talking about our experience in Las Vegas. Friday, get to the venue. Synwave. It's a new rock club
Yes.
in Las Vegas. You got the shirt right there. We get to the club. There's the meet and greet that's going to happen at 6, 5.
5.
So we get there a little before 5. I walk in and Patrick Melton's having a Patrick meltdown.
Yeah.
Nothing is working. Absolutely nothing is working. And when I say nothing is working, so they got to the club the day before, and Vinny, you might have insight on this. I know you got in early. They got to the club the day before, set everything up, tested it, ran it. Everything was working fine. Day of show, everything breaks, including the sound system inside the venue. The one thing, like one of the reasons why Patrick moved this show was because he didn't have to bring his own sound. They already have a sound system there.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even working. Vinny, I know you were going to get there early and help him set up. Were you a part of any of the checking on Thursday?
Well, no, I was not. My area that I worked on when I showed up was I handled the televisions that they had mounted for the audience to see. Those were not set up yet, and they were thrown. Listen, I don't want to shit talk the venue, but the venue gave Patrick a whole bunch of curveballs. I sat there and watched them throw them at him.
Yes.
Quietly, I sat there and watched him get curveball after curveball, things that they said that they didn't necessarily do for him. So one of them was that there was another monitor television that they said that they were going to have ready to go for them. They didn't have that. The TVs that they did have that they said they have didn't have stands on them.
Oh.
So,
What are you
that's
supposed
a
to do with that?
problem. That's a big problem. So
Yeah.
we'll give you Oh, sure. We got TVs. Oh, there's no stands on them. Figure it out. So Dr. Steve, a gentleman by the name of TJ, and myself engineered how to get those TVs to stand up. So we ended up doing all of that stuff, and they were doing all the testing of everything, and everything sounded like it was working fine. And, stuff happens, that's what always happens. I deal with it a lot. You can never predict when something like this is going to fail because there's so many moving pieces. If one little thing gets messed up.
Let me point something out because I don't want to act like this was a disaster. What was happening was when I got there, before any of the shows had started, when I got there, I went over to say hi to Patrick. We never met in person before. And he was in the middle of troubleshooting 1,000 things that weren't working. So he was like fidgeting with all this stuff. So this was at the time of the VIP meet and greet. Everybody showing up early for that. And that was fantastic. Everyone's super cool. I got to meet tons of people who I know from the chat room and things like that. I got to see people I've seen a few times at the shows and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Everyone's really cool. Name tags were a great idea.
I am going to have to put that into place.
DabbleCon, we should have
Going
name
forward.
tags. It's nice to have the person's handle on their shirt.
Yes.
Really good.
Oh,
There
nice
was-
to meet you, Jod's Gimpy Halloween head. It's a
Right.
pleasure
Yes.
today.
Yes.
It's fun.
Very helpful.
It's very
like,
fun.
I feel bad because like Peter Sky Parker was like PSP or whatever it was. And I'm like, I should have known that. My bad.
But look, if he
So-
wasn't wearing a name tag, I would have thought that gentleman was good at karate. But then I'm like, oh, no, he's bad at karate.
Yep, Bad at Karate was there, of course. So we were doing, while Melton and the gang were troubleshooting and getting things set up, we were doing the hanging out, meet and greet. There was a shit ton of merch. Everyone's got merch. One thing I know about this Dabbleverse, everyone's got merch.
Yes.
There's no shortage. Yeah, you got your Tuki shirt. Jen's got a Tuki shirt. I missed out on the Tuki shirt. I should have gotten one. I'm an idiot. But everyone had merch, tons of keychains, lots of stuff going around. And the art exhibit was amazing. Does anyone know who the artist was? I should have written it down.
I absolutely do. It was at Cardiff's Kids. And
At
can I
Cardiff's
show
Kids.
off my painting on this stream? Because I bought one.
Please. Yes. Yeah. All right, cool. Vinny's going to go grab
be right
that. Sounds good. But yeah, there was a lot of Dabbleverse art on display. That was amazing. There was just so much there's so many creators in this audience. And so there's
Yeah.
so much going on. Tuki's walking around as Tuki. Dr. Steve was there as the life-size Tuki.
Also Tuki.
Everyone's taking photos. And that was fun.
Well, I love that Rocco was walking around with the mask on and also Tuki. It's like either one of those things would be too hot in 104-degree heat. You probably don't need both of them, but he was committed to the bit.
It was a consummate professional.
It was a bit much, for sure.
Just to go back to the artist for a second, there was a Tuki painting that I snoozed on and I missed it, but I have her info. And I'll tell you right now, I'm planning on commissioning a Helga and Lisa painting from that artist.
Ooh, all right. Well, that's good news.
Yeah, I'll share it as soon as I do it.
I saw it, and I was like that episode of Seinfeld, when the couple saw the Kramer. It's like, I must own this magnificent piece of art. It spoke to me. This is the Ray DeVito comedy and tragedy, which really is art. This is fine art. This is a high concept art piece that I really enjoy, and will be here in my office.
Wow. Sums it all up. That's fantastic.
It really
Great
does.
job.
It's like,
hey, I want to thank all the people who would be watching Tuki Soup right now, but Tuki lost his voice this weekend, so we get to do this show and recap the weekend instead. But Rocco might join us. We'll see. We'll see if he's feeling up to it or not. He said that he would join if he could talk at all. When we were hanging out Sunday, and I'll get there, we'll get there, he could not talk at all.
I know.
His voice was completely shot. Why wouldn't that happen to Ray DeVito? Why can't he lose his voice? But no. Unfortunately, it was Rocco who lost his voice.
He's not doing Aaron Imholte all night and day.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my gosh. All right, since I think I actually have that queued up, I want to show you guys. So on Saturday, we did the podcasts, and Nobody Likes Onions went up after the creep off before WATP. And Patrick famously said he didn't really have a plan for it. But he did bring up Tuki Imholte. And I think somebody posted this online.
great.
Welcome to the stage, Aaron Imholte.
My God, what someone think about the children? It's ridiculous. I brought enough for everyone. I've done coke 3, maybe 4, 5 times. I'm highly addicted. The children. Why would anyone feed these children?
So if you're listening to this and not watching,
Oh my God.
the puppet is shoving his face in a pile of white powder. And then this happened throughout the show where it's just Tuki smashing his face into the cocaine.
It was everywhere. It was
so funny.
fucking funny.
So that was very, very well done. But you can see right there why Rocco lost his voice,
Yes.
obviously.
a lot of yelling.
Okay, so we do the meet and greet, and then it's the first thing up is the biggest problem in the universe. This was a late addition to the show. I'm really glad that Vito and Dick came to the show to be a part of it. And they do a show called Biggest Problem in the Universe every Friday night. And so they're going to start off their show. Now, they got the audio working,
Right.
but they had no production. So those guys usually have music and intros and all this stuff. They had none of that. So unfortunately for them, and I felt bad for them, they just had to do their show without any of it. And Vito doesn't know where the speaker is on his phone for some reason. He kept trying to play music off of his phone into the microphone, which is actually very easy to do. You see Kevin Brennan do it. You see everyone do it all the time. They go like this. Huh? It's that easy.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he was going like this. What's that?
I said, where do you put your ear when you use your phone? That's where you can hear the music.
That's one of the places, yes, that it always comes out. But so, yeah, he could not figure out where to place the phone on the microphone so that you'd be able to hear it through the PA system. So that was a bummer. But those guys persevered. They went through their biggest problem show. They do a thing where they have people write out what they think the biggest problem in the universe is on little note cards before the show. And they went through those. That was kind of a dud. People didn't really have great suggestions for biggest problem. I think I wrote Ray DeVito on my card.
Well, and it always seems to be the case that 4 people will just write blacks on it. So, by the third one, you're like, okay, yeah, we know, we get it.
Oh, you think 4 people wrote that, or do you think Vito just read that 4 times? Because
Or did Vito write that 4 times?
Oh, I'm going to get to the super chats, but just because this is relevant right now, Dr. Steve's in the house. What's up, Dr. Steve? Rocco lost his voice because I went too deep and tickled his vocal cords. I'm sorry, buddy. Yes, there was a prostate exam that happened on Saturday night for real, and it was one of the funniest things, one of the most surreal moments. I will get into all of that. Pat Dixon's role in that was
Amazing.
incredible. So we'll talk about that. A lot of great performances, a lot of things that were once in a lifetime occurrences. Okay. So biggest problem happens. One of the issues I think they had is like with the cameras on the stage, the table that everyone was sitting at was kind of pushed back away from the audience. So it was a little awkward. Like Dick had a gag about passing out Coke to everybody and he had to like run around the table and do all this stuff. So that was a little bit awkward, but that was because of where the cameras were. We had a 5 camera shoot for the live stream
Right.
that they were doing. By the way, I should point out, I posted the WTP episode that we did audio wise today on our stream. And I have all of the video. Stuttering John segment will go out later tonight. And we'll get the entire show, WTP show, for all of our YouTube members, Patreon members, everyone else.
Awesome. People have been asking.
As soon as possible, yes. So we have that, and we'll have that up. Okay, so then after biggest problem, the stand-up showcase begins. Patrick does not do it because Patrick is just dealing with problems, just technical problems all over the place. And he's just putting fires out. So he was not part of the stand-up show he was supposed to be. Pat Dixon did not show up. Pat Dixon was supposed to be part of the stand-up show. No one could get in touch with him.
Did we ever find out why?
Yeah, he was sleeping.
Oh.
So people were concerned because everyone's messaging him. He's not getting back to anyone.
Yeah.
They're like, is he all right? What's going on? He wasn't there. Wouldn't get back to anyone. He eventually shows up. So that was good. He's all right.
Yes, he is.
He was there the rest of the weekend. Ray DeVito comes up and does his set. And he crushes for the first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Crushes.
I felt really happy for him.
Me too. He came up to a standing ovation, crushes for 4 minutes. Then he went into his set. And here's my advice to Ray. I said this to him. I'm not speaking out of school. But he likes to say, and I hate when comics do this. Vinny, you've been around enough comics. You and I have had these conversations before. Comics will blame the audience when they don't do well. Well, the problem is these guys just wanted to hear Devilverse jokes. So I go into my set and then people stop laughing because they want to hear Devilverse jokes. No, they just want to hear jokes. If the set isn't working, it's not on the audience. Plus he announced that he was like going into his set. This is my set now. Ready? And away we go. And 3, 4. So I walk into
weirdest thing. That was one of the weirdest transitions I've ever seen.
Yeah.
At one point he goes, I'm going to do my Pornhub bit now.
No,
Like,
the worst part was he was finishing a story he had in his set because he started getting heckled. He was finishing a story he had in his set. He's like, hold on, the Pornhub bit's coming up in a second. Like, I've never heard Bill Burr getting heckled.
Settle down.
Yeah, right.
Pornhub bit.
I've never heard Bill Burr getting heckled and be like, I'm going to rag on the WNBA in just a few minutes. Just hang with me, guys. Hold on. We're going to get there. It's like, just
I think Ray knows how in a present day Andrew Dice Clay show, he's like, all right, you guys want some poems? Because
Right, yeah.
He's like, all right, you guys want some Pornhub bits? Oh,
I got the Pornhub bits.
pick
Forget
up a
about it.
pen.
So then, so Ray does his set. And listen, he came to a standing ovation. He crushed. Then it got a little wonky. But then when he left the stage, a Ray chant filled the room. And it's a busy room at that point. Everyone's into it. Vito just Waldy. By the way, Vinny's hosting this whole thing, I should mention. Thank you for doing that, Vinny.
Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
What was your... All right, I should stop talking for a second. Vinny, what was your sense of the stand-up show?
Patrick brought in some really funny comics. I'm not going to throw myself on that list, but I will say,
Yeah, I forgot. There were some locals. Yep.
Adam Dominguez was great, and Alex Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
He was so funny.
Kool-Aid was
Ames.
very funny.
Yeah.
Alex Kool-Aid Ames, I believe his name is. I don't want to get it wrong because he really deserves a lot of credit. That guy was phenomenal. Lights out great. It was a weird
He was huge.
show.
He was
because
2.5 Vinnies for this guy.
3 Vinnies. He was 3 Vinnies.
He was 3. I'll give him 3 Vinnies. He was a big guy.
Yeah. But it was one of those things where it's always weird at these shows when we do stand up at these, because like a lot of people don't necessarily, I don't know. It's like it doesn't always feel like they're ready for like a stand-up show. Like they think like it's podcast time. I don't know. It's always a weird vibe. Some people are really into the stand-up and love stand-up, then other people are confused by stand-up. So it takes the audience a while to kind of gel. And that's why I was really glad we had guys like Kool-Aid and Adam up first, because they were like really set the tone and set up everybody else really well. So I thought they were great. Vito.
That's where I was going to go next. So Vito Gesualdi gets
Not
up.
a pedo talk. I used to think pedos were funny.
So Vito, we saw him do stand-up in Philadelphia last year when we did WATP Dick Show crossover.
Crushed.
He was very good. He did very good. And I was very impressed with Vito's performance, but also his presence on stage. Like he had it down. And I thought that he'd be a poser as a stand-up, but he actually pulled it off very well. This show, he didn't really ever capture the audience. He talked about Harry Potter for a while. I've never seen a Harry Potter movie, so I didn't get a single reference he was talking about. I was like, okay, if you say so. He's talking about Harry Potter, like ejaculating in his sleep or something, or right? Didn't he have like cum-stained underwear or something?
I've never seen Harry Potter either.
This joke went out. No, I'm talking about Vito's jokes. I'm talking about Harry Potter. you know that movie where he comes in his pants the whole movie? No. That was Vito. And then Vito, and he was talking about Jared from Subway. A lot of pedo talk. It was weird. So then Earl Skakel has to get up on the stage. And I talked to Earl about this afterwards. I thought he was very, very funny. He disagreed with me. It was one of those performances where you're just like, I don't give a fuck. He got up there and just went, the fuck am I doing here? You guys don't give a shit about this. And he just was very salty the entire time on stage.
He was salty.
He was very salty.
I thought he was really good, though.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
It was a little weird. The only thing I'll say is the door could have been closed from the bar room to the performance room.
I literally got up and closed the door at one point. I don't know how all these people who have been to stand-up shows, who have run stand-up shows, Patrick Melton's involved, how they don't know you can't have noise coming from the bar area into the performance room.
Pretty good rule. I was talking to Earl in the back, and he was just going, man, I close at the store all the time, like 1:32 in the morning. I'm going in as that Earl. And I think that's kind of the way he approached it, was definitely salty,
End
just
of
kind
night.
of fucking around.
Yeah.
And he was great. And the show that they did after that was even better. It was phenomenal. It was so much fun.
So then we went into Win Earl's Money.
Right.
And this was the Kill Tony version of the weekend, where anyone could get up and do stand-up for 2 minutes. And then you had Kool-Aid, Earl, and Rocco critiquing, well, Tuki specifically, critiquing the comedy and deciding how much money they earned in their 2-minute set or whatever. And there was a combination of people. There were some people who were never on stage before and looked out of their element, and others who were pretty good, like pretty polished comics who were actually had good bits and good sets. And I'd like, I want them to keep going. They're pretty good.
It was tough, too, because they only were given 2 minutes.
Well, for some of them, 2 minutes was too long.
And it would be for me as well. But there are some guys I feel like we're just kind of winding up, and then it's like, time's up. Oh.
Jen, we do a contest at the club where we give people 3 to 4. And after watching them give people 2 minutes of this thing, like I almost want to go back and change the rules this year.
Yeah, because you'll know after 2 minutes if someone's good or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty much.
I mean, you should start with your best material.
Agreed.
So, okay. My brother gets up. I didn't know what he was gonna do. We had talked about it on Mother's Day. He's like, oh yeah, I got a thing. I'll figure it out. All right, Grant, cool. I've never seen my brother perform ever before. Neither has he. So I didn't know what was gonna happen. So he gets up, and I was not ready for this. He did a ventriloquist act with a puppet that was a dinosaur.
Yeah.
It was a dragon.
Or a dragon.
Yes.
Dragon, sorry.
No,
I should know that because there was merch. He had keychains. Do you remember the name of the dragon?
Oh, I do.
No.
Chompers, the dragon.
Chompers the dragon, because it was making fun of me.
He dressed up like you a little bit. He put frosted tips on. He's like, now we look like brothers. He put the walrus.
Yeah, he had the walrus mask on. He had like a Bill's visor with hair in the middle, so it looked like someone with hair, which is like me.
Yeah, he looked like Carrot Flop. It was great.
Oh, that was wacky.
It didn't go well for him. It didn't go well for him.
It didn't. I talked to him after his set. He goes, not how I was hoping that would go. He goes, it's harder than it looks. I said, yeah. By the way, in my brother's defense, if someone said, Carl, do 2 minutes with a dragon puppet, I'd be like, I'm going to bomb.
Yeah.
This is not going to go well.
He ended on a strong joke. His last joke hit, and then he was done. And he came off stage like Anthony used to describe people, like the mayor from Jaws, just completely shocked, like, what happened? There's a shark. Like not knowing what to do. And I'm standing next to Dick, and we're right at the exit of the stage, and we're the first people he sees when he comes off stage. And he looks at us, saucer eyes, and goes, and he just couldn't get the words out. He goes, I killed, and I think he meant to say I died.
Yeah.
He goes, I killed. And Dick looks at him and goes, no. No. And he like put his hand on his shoulder. No. Son,
That's hilarious. I love that.
The greatest thing of the weekend for me. It was my personal highlight. And I love you, brother. I'm sorry that happened to you, Grant.
I'm going to move on to Saturday. Before I do that, Christian, you were there with your lovely wife. It was nice to meet her.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat have been noticing that I've been really quiet during all of this because after Biggest Problem in the Universe, I took my wife out to dinner. So I didn't actually see the last few things you talked about. And we went to the Sahara. It was right over there. And it was my wife's birthday weekend. And as soon as you met her, you said, I can't believe he brought you to this. And what could be more fun than a 4-hour drive where I'm trying to get her up to speed on just who April Imholte is, you know?
I've actually created a website. I've created a website. It's called the ChristianBlattDivorceClock.com.
Yeah.
How long the countdown before Christian Blatt gets a divorce?
Well, the worst thing is that because of WATP, the episode that you were kind enough to have me on, she realized right away how much funnier than me Dick Masterson is. And I was like, oh, no, I should not have been on stage at the same time as him. So now I have to carry that around.
She didn't say anything about me?
No. She talked about how funny Dick was, actually, and really only Dick.
Did I say that your wife was lovely? Is that what the words I used? I didn't mean that. Yeah. I didn't mean that at all. All right.
So wait a second. This was your wife's birthday weekend?
Yeah, I mean, look, her birthday was Thursday. Okay, we celebrated for a week. It was enough, and I took her out to dinner.
Like right? you took her to Vegas for her birthday weekend to go sit in a room with a bunch of dorks. And then you're commissioning artwork of Helga and Lisa. She didn't want flowers or something. You couldn't have gotten a painting for your wife.
I got flowers too. No, we were gonna buy a painting of a Wawa that artist had done, but then she wanted like $45, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save that and put that in my Helga and Lisa budget.
Nice, well done.
Yeah, you know,
this guy's committed. This guy's committed. Host of Who Are These Broadcasters?
Tuesdays at 2 p.m.
Eastern.
Yeah.
Devil's Joint became a YouTube member. Devil's Joint is the admin for that reality show.
Yeah.
And also does the merchandise for Helga and Lisa.
At Devil's Joint, please get back to Jimmy the Lip.
Okay.
Devil's Joint keeps teasing in the chat that tomorrow is going to be something very special on that reality show.
Okay.
I've heard. Tomorrow is the morning to tune in.
Wednesday, Wake and Bake. We're Wake and Bake Wednesday tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be something else.
Mason in Portland gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Mason. I got to meet, and I like his new avatar. It's him behind the hump or the humpback. I can't remember what I was watching. One of these shows who was analyzing Patrick Melton's Hunchback, and they were looking at this photo. They're like, "Yeah, look at this guy. He's just in there for no reason." Like, what do you mean this guy? It's Mason in Portland. How do you not recognize that? Bad at Karate, $5 says, sorry about bringing the bed bugs. I figured they'd stay in the bed. Not how bed bugs work, actually. I know. I was surprised, too.
Live and learn.
Carl's Frosted Tip, number 4 months, says, can't wait to hear the shenanigans from Hackamania. Steel Toe still milking his disaster of a life. Carl, tell you hot mom Jenny hi, FSJ Trump 24.
Hi.
You can tell her yourself there, Carl's Frosted Tip. Weird Medicine, what a great weekend. I miss you all. We miss you, Dr. Steve.
I hate when he gets clingy.
Can I bitch about Dr. Steve real quick?
Be nice to him.
I hope he's still watching.
Let's do it.
Okay, I hope he's still watching. This is Dr. Steve's move, okay? Steve, you hanging out tomorrow? Actually, my flight's in like 32 minutes. I have to go. Why?
Oh,
we're all hanging out. There's like a whole weekend. I know. I'm an asshole. Every fucking time. Every time we do one of these things.
I know.
Steve, come back to my house. Steve, we're all going to go out after the show at Magic Bank. Steve, and it's just like, I can't. I have to
Tampa,
get up and go to the airport.
He was so happy that he didn't schedule an early flight, and he really liked it, and it was good.
Yeah.
And then he just fucks us up again.
We had
Steve.
so much fun in Tampa on that Sunday. Went a date with Lucy. We all hung out. He bought me dinner. It was fun. Why couldn't he be that, Steve? In Vegas. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's
crazy.
what happens when you fly with points from Spirit Airlines. That's what it's
No. That's not how he rolls.
Sorry, I'm getting people confused.
Arcona, where can I buy Joey C curb feelers? Oh, I got some things about Joey C in a minute. Jocktober Junkie became a new member. Thank you very much, Jocktober Junkie. Done deal, pal. Done deal. $2. Did you see Chad's supposed insider? What a dolt. I did not. You know what? One thing that I'm not prepared to do today on this show is tell you anything about what other people are saying, because I have not had a second to pay attention to that. We've been traveling and I've been doing shows and all sorts of shit. Yeah. Of course, our flight was fucking pushed back and I got in way too late last night. As always, I'm not going to bitch about that. I know people love it when I bitch about air travel. I know that's everyone's favorite part of the show.
That was a really long layover.
It was a very long layover. We spent a lot of time in Midway. Too much time.
Oh, well.
Anyway. Is that what it's
Well,
called?
my drive home was great. We had time to stop at Cracker Barrel for lunch, but it doesn't sound like fun for you guys.
Happy birthday, honey. Let's go to Cracker Barrel.
I had a coupon. What do you want, Carl?
I do know that there was the text conversation screenshots that went out that said that there were bed bugs at the venue. I talked about this on the Drew Lane show today, but it's stupid how these people like latch onto it immediately. So, you know, of course, Stuttering John and I believe Kevin Brennan, whoever, were just like acting like that was a real thing. Could you imagine if people got bed bugs at an event? That'd be a huge fucking deal.
It would.
I'd not be happy about it.
No one would be happy about it. And Patrick Melton rented those chairs. Those were chairs he rented to put in this venue because it's a rock venue. They don't normally have chairs. He rented chairs to put them in so people could sit and watch the show.
Yeah.
So could you imagine if the rental company brought chairs that had bed bugs? They wouldn't be in business very long.
No.
That'd be a 1-star Yelp review. So the fact that people latched onto that one, like, yep, everyone got bed bugs at the show. Okay. And what show was I watching? It might have been, it probably was Stuttering John. No, maybe not. Anyway, whatever it was. Oh, no, I think it was Imholte. We might be playing it in a second. I have the clip where Aaron Imholte's just like, yeah, that's a dirty venue right there.
It's brand new.
Well,
they just opened.
Regardless, like, dirty doesn't equal bed bugs.
No, it doesn't. Also, it
It's
doesn't.
a whole other thing. So stupid.
Yeah, it's like you go to CBGB's back in the day. It was dirty, but you know what it didn't have? Bed bugs.
Right. Syphilis, yes. Bed bugs,
of course.
no. Amanda Lynn Nappy, $2 says, oh my God, what a sexy mom wife. Love you, Jen.
Oh, thanks.
Weird Medicine, $5 says, Rocco lost his voice because I went too deep and tickled his vocal cords. Sorry, buddy. Yep. We read that, but I read it again. We'll talk about that in a moment. Why you trash me, $5, John. I am the most interesting and talked about guy in the Dabbleverse, Aaron. My kid, hold my Coke. Hey, kid, hold my Coke. Yeah, he might have surpassed it with that one. ASE Presents became a new member. Thank you very much, Riley. Good to see you out there, you and Mint Salad at the show. Cool Cut Casting. John said you were dressed like a turtle.
Huh?
Oh, man, he got you again.
I can't take all these insults. Hunter Duke, $5 says, Vinny, Carl, Jenny, pleasure to see you again. Can't wait to get high shirt selfies at DabbleCon. Already working on them. Vote Vinny, missed you potato. Can't wait to get Hawaiian shirt selfies. Oh, this is the guy who made all those sweet shirts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh!
That's right.
That was
there were some
cool.
great Hawaiian shirts, WATP.
Him and his wife from Detroit.
You got a creep off one,
They're
yeah?
awesome. Yes, there's a creep off one. I saw Be Dabbling Live, all those. Dude, Rover coming up huge for us right here.
Yay, super chats.
Gifting 20 Who Are These Podcast memberships. Thank you very much, Rover. That is very much appreciated.
Are those
USA.
fake memberships, or is this the wrong channel? Am I confused?
Ixnay on the ick.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I don't want to bring it up on here.
I forgot.
USA $2 says, wait, yeah, why aren't you doing more fake memberships on Who Are These Broadcasters? I watch your show.
I would
Don't see any
love more
memberships
fake
coming.
memberships. Yeah.
USA $2. Why couldn't Ray have been the one to oversleep? Reels gifting 10 memberships.
Yay, super chats.
Thank you, Reels. Very much appreciated. By the way, when you get gifted a membership, and if you don't have it turned on, turn it on. You get gifted a membership. What you do is you go to the community tab on our YouTube page, and you can see all the links to all the bonus shows, all the live shows that we do, all the stuff's behind the paywall. There's 2 bonus shows every month, and we do Who Are These Podcasts every Wednesday and Saturday. And you get the link to that video. No one else does. You get to watch it live with us as we're recording it. Michael C. Vinny, the Ozempic is working well. Congrats. I will tell you, Vinny is looking fantastic.
Very svelte.
And it is not Ozempic.
Thanks, Carl.
1971 Puffy, $20 super sticker. Thank you very much, 1971 Puffy. Have you seen the new South Park yet, Vinny?
I did, and it really depressed me because
What?
no one would believe me. Here's why.
It was great.
Because I really got off of my ass this year. I've been working really fucking hard. I've been in the gym. I've been running. I've been doing all this shit. At the same time, they come up with the goddamn obesity miracle cure.
So everyone just assumes, oh, this lazy asshole is going to get injected once a month.
Yes.
Wow. Congrats. You drove to the doctor's office.
I know. It's really fucking depressing to think about. But yes, I did watch it. And when people started going, oh, yeah, I'm doing Pilates and I'm doing all this stuff, they're just taking the stuff and going, nobody's ever going to believe me. So
I'm starting to not believe you. I think you made this whole thing up. Now I'm starting to think you're just taking Ozempic. You're just like, I'll tell Carl I'm going to the gym. He'll vouch for me.
We'll never know.
I've never seen him at a gym.
never seen you at a gym.
Say no more, $2. Thanks, Carl, Vinny, and Jen. Always fun. Thank you. Don't forget about Christian. He's here too.
That's all right. Nobody has to thank me. It's fine.
Purple Monkey Dishwasher, $5. Didn't make it to Vegas this year, but I got my tickets and flights to DabbleCon too.
Yay!
Yes, Purple. Looking forward to that, buddy. That's August 16th and 17th. CarlsonComedy.com to get your tickets. You can buy individual events or get a weekend pass when you go on the website. The Edgelord, $2. Dr. Steve is a hero. He saved me at DabbleCon. Wait, Dr. Steve was saving lives at DabbleCon?
I'm curious, in what way was he saving?
Probably mouth to mouth when he didn't need it. I put my tongue down his throat. Just
don't fall asleep near Steve. He just always jumps at people, starts making out with them.
Speaking of Steve, he says, I learned my lesson. I'm spending the week after DabbleCon at your house. Yes.
Yay! I get
Steve.
the guest room ready.
Yes, we'll get the guest room ready. You are invited. Chrissy can't make it this year, so I told her she can't bring her brat with her.
Nice.
Because last time we did DabbleCon, Chrissy stayed with us.
Yes, she did.
And that was when she was bratless. And so then she's like, Carl, I want to come to DabbleCon. I'm going to bring my kid. We'll stay with you. I was like, no, definitely not, Chrissy.
I wouldn't want a baby in this house.
She didn't say that. I'm just
Seems
kidding.
dangerous.
I'm making that up. That's not true at all. Senator Juan, $2 says, Mom wife is a hottie. Props, Lady K. Scola.
Thank you.
I like the more Spanish version of John. He's nice. Cupcakes Corner with American Cupcake. Remember, for 2 months says, what better way to celebrate?
Danish? I'm sorry.
What's that?
I said, you think it's the Danish side that made him an asshole?
Yes, I do.
Probably.
Yeah, John's like, they make fun of me because I'm Puerto Rican. No, I like Puerto Ricans. I don't like you.
Every Puerto Rican I've ever met's been a blast. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't mind a knife fight every now and again. What better way to celebrate 2 months than with a Hackamania recap? Okay. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. I appreciate it. Koof was at the show. Had fun at Hackamania. Thank you for the show. And most importantly, thank you for not killing yourselves.
Thank you for the stickers.
Yes, Koof. Oh, yeah, we updated stickers, Las Vegas. Thanks for not killing yourself stickers.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, I got to update.
Have mine right here.
There it is.
Yes.
I'm telling you, everyone has merch. Christian, how much merch did you bring?
I didn't bring any merch. My wife was even saying to me, is like, why didn't you make Black Cat stickers? She's like, you have mugs. And I'm like, yeah. All that's a good idea. And I didn't do any of it. So.
It's too late.
You could have also had t-shirts of you standing next to Dennis Miller and saying, for real, I know this guy.
Yeah, I used to know somebody famous. Yeah.
I'd wear that shirt.
All right,
The
I'll get you
Booth, $5. Did you hear Alex Stein allege that Chad is the one who leaked the story that Chris D'Elia is a pedo? Anyone? Comments? Anyone?
I did not hear this at all, but I would love to hear more about it on account of the fact that I am very interested in what Mr. D'Elia is up to for the creep off.
Yeah,
So,
good point.
No
Yes.
story is
He
there.
is a Hall of Famer after all.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame on the creep off. I'm into it.
Peter Sky Parker, $5. I saw Dr. Steve walking around with a box of rubber gloves at 3 a.m. that was not a hallucination, Peter Sky Parker. That's what Dr. Steve was doing. I got to get my luggage to the airport. Is that all you packed? Yeah.
He's very charitable. He was probably giving prostate exams to the homeless.
Probably. Yes.
Along the way back to the hotel.
PSP, unfortunately, that is the last thing a lot of people have seen. Is Dr. Steve with gloves.
That's true,
around
yeah.
3 a.m.
You're lucky you're still with us.
Yeah.
Dang Lizard. Carl, did you have to lick Dr. Steve's gloves? I didn't have to. no one's putting a gun in my head.
He can think for himself.
Mr. Kill Everything with a fake super chat. Thank you very much, Mr. Kill Everything. The regular on MLC now.
Think you're going to get away with that? With your
I hope
fake
we'll see him.
chat?
I hope we'll see Mr. Kill Everything at Detroit, the Magic Bag, October 25th. Now he's a big star. I want him there. The Bollinger $5 says, those paintings were great. I bought a Nannerpuss and my daughter loves it. That's awesome. Thank you, Tim Bollinger. Reels $5. Who is the skinny dude with the half a moon head on the top left? Just kidding, Vinny. I'm looking forward to meeting you in August. Oh, Reels is going to be at DevilCon too.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, Reels.
Kelly Clarkson is beautiful. Oh, no, she's not.
Oh,
She could lose a few LPs. Jefferson Jingles Department is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly Clarkson is beautiful. Cool. I didn't read that part before I started doing my John. Sorry.
I'm like,
it's only because
God.
she super chats John and John argues with her like or him as if like they really think Kelly Clarkson. Whatever. Cool Cut Casting $2. Thanks, Christian, for being meek and relatable.
Oh.
I am proud to be so meek and so relatable.
Ted Scheckler. Did Jen just say, "Oh, be nice"? Oh, are you the whole of this show now?
I always have. I was the OG hole of this show.
That's dangerous territory.
Whatever.
High and tight, $5 in the morning. Let's see those sexy getaway sticks, Carl. High and tight, ITM to you, my friend. Yes, I posted a photo of me and a guy whose shirt had a big, giant, fat head of me on the front. And on the back, I think it said something like, I hope my mom wife lets me take a nap.
Oh, no, I saw that shirt.
Oh, I know. No, there were a lot of custom shirts there. It was great. So I took a photo with him.
Dennis, and I'll give him the shout out. Dennis and his wife is Desi from the chat.
They were awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a photo.
Those shirts that they made really were creepy, Carl.
Because they wanted you the next day.
I didn't care.
You're a big fat head.
It was so big, and it was right in the front row. So I'm trying to do the show, and I'm making eye contact with myself. It was not fun.
Yeah, how do you think I feel? So anyway, I took a photo with him and the shirt that said my mom, wife, nap, whatever, and posted that on Twitter. And then, I got found out, guys. Turns out I have skinny calves.
What?
Yeah, did you know that? Tell you what. Guess what? I got skinny calves.
Can you believe that?
Can you believe that? And the internet found it out, even though I've taken dozens and dozens of photos that have been all over the internet with shorts on.
Right.
But all of a sudden, they just discovered that I have skinny legs, and that's the sexy getaway sticks.
What's worse is you wore black socks with them. If you saw the same comments that I did.
Did you see those socks? That's not style. I know style. I'm fashion forward. Why you trash me $5 says, Carl, what would get you more excited? The Bills winning the Super Bowl or Helga Mann hosting SNL with musical guest Lisa Boswell? All right. When I read the first part, I'm like, obviously the Bills. And then I went,
Why can't I get both?
That's amazing.
Maybe they could be the halftime show when the Bills win the Super Bowl.
What if the Bills lose that Super Bowl? It's still going to be a great Super Bowl.
Still be great for me.
Tiger Lily, the shows sound great. Hope they're all released to the podcast patrons. P.S. Vinny, stop being hot. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Vinny.
Nice.
They're going to be chasing you down.
I wasn't aware I started. Thank you.
Silence Duga $2 says, hi, Vinny. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Carl.
Hi.
He probably ran out of characters. He also meant, hi, Christian.
Yeah, no, everybody. Yeah, but the $2 super chats, you can't put more than that.
Yeah, it was just ran out of characters.
I know it's implied.
Grim Achren.
Grim. We
Grim's
talk on the reg.
Grim and I are BFFs now, or Jenny and I are BFFs now. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
We should get friendship rings soon. This super chat is fake, but our friendship is real. Much love to you all.
Oh, yes, we should. Let's get on it.
I love it. And same stupid asshole $5. Christian looks like an emoji of a sad lesbian ant. Also, WATB is garbage.
Well, I'm actually a very happy lesbian aunt. And what I love about some stupid asshole is some stupid asshole wrote that in the chat for free earlier and then realized, no, I'll invest $5 in that. That's worth it.
That's John logic, Christian. Be careful.
Wait a second. Am I turning into Kevin Brennan? Super chat insulting Christian Blatt. This is great. He's an idiot. Christian, you're a fucking idiot. First player tokens became a new member. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Hugh S.A. Carl loves Puerto Ricans. AOC, Sotomayor, Eric Estrada. Two of those. Two of those I would fuck. Not Sotomayor. Kip Smith. What do you think Lisa Boswell's voicemail message sounds like? Also, can she be a review girl? Guess what? I'm not home. Nobody's home.
Leave a message.
Leave a message. Believe it or not, Lisa isn't at home. Where can I be? SXFD7, love Iso's version of Get Lucky. Thank you. That video went viral somehow.
I do half of the song.
Zach Holland, $5. Love the shows, but if SJ doesn't move in to your Cape Coral house, this is all a big disappointment, druffing with no climax. Well, and if he does move in, then I'll have to murder him. So
Burn
that
it
wouldn't
down.
be great either. Zach Hoffman.
I haven't thought about John in a week.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to think about John right now. So much
awesome.
else going on. Yeah, it's fun.
It's freeing. It's great.
Who knows what he's talking about? Oh, yeah, the same shit he was talking about last week and the week before.
Surprise, surprise.
Try it, everybody. It's awesome.
Zach
and
Hoffman,
Quad,
member
and
for 3
Quad
months.
is still telling him how great he is.
I'm sure.
You're all caught up, yeah.
All right. What was the main event of Hackamania? Well, I will tell you what the last event was, and that was Tuki Soup. That was recapping the weekend and also Rocco getting the prostate exam. But the main event was WATP. We can all agree on that. Moving on. Silence Duke at $5. Hi, Vinny. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Carl.
Hi.
Even with $5. Even with $5, Christian. Now I'm starting to think.
These Pinkmans are real fucking Pinkmans out here.
Poor Christian comes on, and I know you have to get moving.
Yeah, I gotta
in a second.
I gotta go in like 7 minutes. Yeah.
I love it because Christian's wasn't there for the first answer we've covered so far. So now he's just getting the shrapnel. He's just getting beat on. He has nothing to say.
Well, I'll be in the chat, so
Okay,
I
good.
can still soak up all the insults.
Chris Dyer, $2 says the beer
Lucky.
prices were nice. Good food trucks. PAA. Oh yeah, Chris, part of the PAA podcast. I talked to those guys for a bit, and yeah, I got a burger from the food truck. That was fantastic. I was starving.
It was good.
It was very good.
I've never eaten a burger faster in my life.
That was fantastic. My boy Jason Bentley. It was great meeting y'all. Keep James Cook healthy up there. So Jason and his wife Jen, lovely, lovely people. Loved hanging out with them.
Very sweet.
Great,
I
great
have
to meet
to
you
say,
in person.
I took an Uber with them one day. They offered. We were all in the same hotel.
Mhm.
Such nice people. Really just a big fan of Jason now.
Yeah,
And Jen.
very cool. Tim Bollinger, $5 says, I never introduced myself, but I was the drunk guy that tried the Lisa voice to you while you ate your cheeseburger Friday nights. I remember that because, no offense to you, Tim. By the way, if you're ever at one of our events, come up and talk to me at any time. I had a few people be like, hey, man, is it okay if I'm like, yeah, of course you can talk to me. But I will say Friday night, I was getting to the point where I just needed to eat a fucking cheeseburger. And I'm like, I just need to go to the bar and eat this burger. And I just needed 5 minutes to eat a burger. So you might have approached me at the time and just like, all right, whatever. I'm eating a burger right now. So I apologize if that's what happened. Dang Lizard, €2. Admit it, Melton forced you to sue his hunchback. You to
I think
what?
he said suck his
Suck his hunchback. He didn't force me to.
Yeah.
Terry Nee, $2. Thank you for bringing me Helga Man. Holy shit. You are very welcome. By the way, let's not forget.
Principled uncertainty.
I have a consequence coming up on the Creep Off, and that is my book report for Little Red Book.
That's right. 5,000 word book report.
Helga Man. Yeah. That's what people want.
5,000 words.
That's what people want. More words that are in the book
I
itself.
was just going to say that book's not that big.
That's fine.
Dr. Steve comes with another $5. Says WTP is so huge. You got Nathan Lane to do the Hackamania wrap-up show. Well done.
Well, Eric Zane earlier today told me that with my glasses off, I look like Gilbert Gottfried. So that's a step up from Nathan Lane. So
but then you also got the guy from MASH who used to be on Match Game all the time.
Radar.
Yeah.
Yes, you also got that. And I went, holy shit, how has no one said that before? That's amazing.
I think because most people don't get the reference, but of course, Zane and I got it. Yeah,
It is 50 years old. Yeah, good point. Skinny Tooth John 2 bucks. Shout out to all the mom wives.
I'm the only mom wife.
And Stuttering John 2 bucks says, your barren mom wife is not as ugly as I thought. Oh, John, are we becoming friends? Did we just become best friends?
Where are your friendship rings?
Awesome. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to tease it again. I have some Aaron talk to get to, but while we still have Christian, let's get into Saturday. Saturday started off with the Rock Bottom podcast. Now, Ray DeVito decided for his podcast, he was going to bring my brother up. And then my brother talked shit about me and tell embarrassing stories about me growing up. That did not work out well for Ray DeVito. Here's the thing that I think people get confused by if they went to Atlantic City and were hanging out with my brother and Christina, or if they've seen them at other events. I know that they also went to a stand-up show that Shuli and the gang did, the Shuli Network.
Oh, they're out there.
They love to get out there. They love to mingle. They love to talk to everyone. They're great people. My brother's a great person. His wife's a great person. They're not performers. And my brother was on stage more than me this past weekend. And props to him. Happy for him. I'm glad that he was living his best life. But Ray DeVito's just like, who am I going to get as a guest? Tuki turned me down. Who's my second choice? Carl's brother. Oh, no. You didn't know that, Vinny? Tuki turned him down on the show. Like,
He didn't ask me. I feel slighted.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Yo, careful what you wish for. So it starts out with my brother, and that's kind of a dud. So then he brings up Dr. Steve. And it's Ray and Dr. Steve. My brother's in between them. And Ray's just asking Steve personal medical questions. Like literally just getting a consultation.
A doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
I feel like Steve was owed a copay at the end of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Dr. Steve, did you check what insurance is? Were you an in-network physician for him? I'm confused by that. Was a weird thing that Ray did on his show, but that was Ray's show.
Sure.
Maybe there was more stuff to it. I don't know.
Well, he brought Joey C up there too. Yeah?
Oh yeah, Joey C was on there. Oh, all right. Let's talk about Joey C real quick.
Okay.
All right. So Joey C and his lovely wife are there Friday night, meet and greet, and he's fun. Joey C's fun. No one's sitting here going, man, that Joey C, what a lame guy he is. No, he's a blast. And he's mixing it up, and he's getting up on stage, and he's doing his thing and doing his stuff. And he had emailed me a month before the show, and it was paragraphs long. Carl, I'm going to Hackamania. I really want to be on Who Are These Podcasts. Can you get me on your show? I said, Joey, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but don't worry about it. I got you. So then the weekend comes. I email out a show rundown. Very detailed. Every segment we're going to do, who's on it, what we're doing. I even included, this is how lame I am, in case you wanted to watch the video clips that we're going to be reviewing so you could know what we're talking about, I uploaded them all to a Google Drive and sent the link. Watch these videos so you know what we're talking about. Here's all the stuff we're doing. Joey C was not even there.
No.
I included Joey C on the show, and he didn't even bother showing up for the WATP show.
He was
really
gambling.
Pat Dixon me.
He was there was a lot of that going on, I feel like. He was gambling.
Is that what he was doing?
Joey was probably on a hot streak at the pie gow table, and when you have a hot pie gow, you can't walk away.
Can you imagine if he knows how to play that? So then after Ray DeVito, the show finally started. The Creep Off came up, and that was a fantastic podcast, if I do say so myself.
Let me just say, let me plug this properly.
Yeah.
Special guest Pat Dixon as our special guest referee, followed by the great Dick Masterson watching one of the drunkest women we have ever seen in our lives on a special Carl's Cop Cam, followed by being joined by the great Brian Johnson for the All-Star, the Las Vegas Scum Parade All-Stars, where we gave you the top 5 Las Vegas Scum Paraders of all time. It was a very, very fun show, and you'll be able to see it hopefully within the next 24 hours, everybody.
Excellent. So that'll be up on the Creep Off channel. You can watch that. I thought we had a really good showing for the Creep Off.
Oh yeah, it was great.
That's a great live show. Like we've only done the Creep Off live twice now. That was only our second time. It goes over well live.
Better than it should.
Yeah.
Considering the content.
Well,
Right.
it must be interesting for you two though to hear like crowd reaction
Yes.
as you're watching this. I mean,
I assume people are either vomiting or turning off their computer when they're listening to our show. I didn't realize people were hooting and hollering with the people who are throwing babies off of the second story of their apartment building.
They like the baby throwing more than Vanessa, the drunk girl with the shirt
I
over
love
her head.
Vanessa so much.
Oh, I believe me, I love Vanessa.
It was amazing.
The baby throwing music, everyone.
This dude, 22 feet, he threw a baby. So I would
It's not bad. That's a tight spiral right there.
pretty good.
And if Justin Jefferson almost had it too. I mean, Justin Jefferson, if he just got a little more reach, he's almost.
By the way, Carl, you might want to update the divorce clock website you have because I just convinced my wife to take my son to Cub Scouts. So I'm sticking around because I was like, oh no, they're like just getting to the part of the night that I actually know about. She actually offered. She said, "Do you want me to take him?" I said, "Yes, please."
That's a bad sign, Christian. I know a thing or two about relationships. When the wife's like, "Look, I'll just take our son. You just keep playing with your friends and talking about the Dabbleverse."
Just because there's a 70s style swingers bar across the street from Cub Scouts. I'm not worried.
Okay, yeah, right.
Dude, she's packing shit in the bedroom right now, and you don't even know it. Like she's in there right now. She's strapping shit to the roof of the station wagon right now, Christian.
But I'm going to get a painting of Helga and Lisa. What else do I need?
Wow. You know that she was just like, all right, it's my birthday weekend, but this is important for my husband.
Yeah.
We'll go and we'll do this Hackamania thing. I'm a cool chick. I'm a cool wife. We'll do it. And now we're on day 5 of this fucking Hackamania thing. It's just like, all right, that's enough. That's enough of Hackamania. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
So, I lost the Creep Off. There was online voting. I think Vinny got 95%. Did you ever tally the actual votes?
No.
I wonder if people voted for that because I lost.
I
by
believe
a
she.
landslide.
I forget your review girl's name. I think she said 94%.
Mahalia joined us. Oh my God.
Yep.
Mahalia came and she did a fantastic job letting everybody know the results, which was all good news. So
that was fantastic. Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to bring this up. I'll get back to what was going on at the shows and everything that happened, but there were a number of people there, and I have to tell you, Vinny, maybe you felt the same way. Like 200 people showed up to this event, and there were some people who came Friday who didn't come Saturday and vice versa. There wasn't a moment where I wasn't meeting new people the entire weekend.
All weekend, people are coming.
All weekend long. I'm like, oh, we haven't talked yet. It was crazy. It just seemed like, to me, it seemed like a shit ton of people. But there were some people who showed up, like Joey C, and then weren't there, including a woman who lives in Vegas. Who knows Jen from when Jen was playing in her band in the 90s in Rochester.
Yes.
It was a huge fan of yours. Like, couldn't stop talking about what a great singer you were.
She was the sister of my bandmate.
But the crazy thing is that you weren't friends with her.
No, I wasn't close with her,
But
no.
she would go to your shows, and
Yeah.
she loved your band, and she still loves your band. She was gushing about it.
But I walked into the bathroom, and she was standing there, and she said, Jen! And I didn't recognize her because last time I'd seen her was 20 years ago. And she's like, it's me. And I'm like, oh my God. I knew she lived in Vegas, but she said, I've been a fan of the show for a really long time. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah. She literally was just a person who stumbled upon who are these podcasts. And then one day it was like, hey, this is Jen from the Jingles Department. She's like, oh, is that the Jen? She had no idea
we were
really out of
weird.
Rochester or anything like that.
And so we were talking for a while, and then I was trying to eat my burger, and Brenda showed up, and I wanted to say hello because I hadn't seen her in a while.
Oh, yeah, Brenda.
And so I said to my friend,
What up, Brenda?
Yeah, I said, are you coming tomorrow? Because I just got to eat this, and I got to do this. And she's, oh yeah, definitely. She never showed. She didn't show up.
She never showed up the second day.
I know.
It was so bizarre to me that she was like, lived in Vegas, shows up, talks to you, super fan, and then wasn't there for WATP.
I know. I was kind of bummed.
Hopefully she died. Because that would be a good excuse.
Most likely.
It's the only
All
excuse I'll accept.
Beloved Chatter was there. I got to meet Beloved Chatter, which was cool. He's a tall guy. That
He
Beloved Chatter. The venue didn't smell like pee. Some of the attendees did. I noticed that too.
Yeah.
All right. So I lost the creep off and I had to wear a shirt that said, sorry, I'm late. I'm gay. And I was having gay sex.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny.
And I wear that shirt the rest of the day, including on WATP.
Let's start a Pride Month. It was good. It was good.
That's
good.
true. It was appropriate.
So then Nobody Likes Onions. And Pat Dixon was on. And Pat Dixon was forced to tell jokes since he didn't show up for his stand-up show.
Yeah.
Patrick Melton was just making him, all right, give us another joke. You know, just every now and again, he'd be like, all right, now tell us a joke.
He was looking on his phone, too.
Yeah,
wasn't
he was just telling street jokes and shit. It wasn't even his jokes,
Oh, I heard him.
which was funny. Brian Johnson was on there to talk about Aaron Imholte with Patrick. And I enjoyed that show a lot.
I thought it was great.
I like Patrick's delivery. I like his style. He's very funny. He didn't really prepare much. He was just talking about what was going on and everything like that, which he had a lot of shit to do. So I understand. I get it.
He was so busy. But you know
He's
what?
pretty busy.
I do have to say, I've never met that man before in my life. And he walked past me at one point on the Friday night when he was frantic. And he's just like, I'm so sorry I haven't had a chance to say hi. Everything's falling apart. I was like, I didn't even know you would know who I was. And also, you're working really hard. It's fine. And he was so sweet.
He's such a sweet guy.
Really nice person.
I remember, so, like my first encounter with him was like, nothing's working, everything's breaking, he's pulling the hair out of his head and everything like that. And then a few hours later, I'm in the main room, the main bar area, and he walks over and he shakes my hand and he goes, hey, so I'm Patrick. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being a part of the show. You know, he's just like, sorry I didn't really get a chance to say hi to you at first.
He was extremely nice.
Yes. Patrick is a sweetheart for sure. Any thoughts on Nobody Likes Onions? Christian, were you there for that portion of the show?
No. Again, I took my wife to the barbecue place across the street, which was amazing. And there was a singer-songwriter performing who it was his birthday. So my wife felt bad, and she knows what it's like to have her birthday ruined. So she gave him $10.
Okay. But then WATP started up, and Christian was a big part of that. Vinny was a big part of that. Vinny was my producer, Chris, on that. Since producer Chris could not make it.
I could never, ever fill Chris's shoes.
That's true.
What he does is very integral and very hard to do. He's the best. I tried.
He's the man.
I tried to fill Chris's shoes.
But we did WATP. We started with the Stuttering John segment, which was fantastic.
That was fun.
And it was just shit that John did on his Thursday show. And it was the craziest thing because someone told him to pull up this meme that he thought was making fun of Shuley and praising him because he's such a narcissist he doesn't know. And then he argued with the super chatters for the rest of the show when they were like, no, John, that's making fun of you. You're an idiot. And so then he was trying to prove the super chatters wrong. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, this is the same man who thought that John's neglected cat was not an insulting name to him. He just thought it's like, no. Is that supposed to be an insult? Yes, John.
Yes.
Literally, it's an insult. Yes.
It says you have multicolor hair.
No, it said full colored hair.
Full color hair, yeah.
So stupid.
From that segment, I can't stop thinking about the hard-boiled eggs and just the stack of microwave bacon. It haunts me still.
Salt rim on a hard-boiled egg, and it's just pouring salt from a box. It's just shoving it in his stupid
no
mouth.
salt shaker, just a Morton salt box.
No.
It's incredible.
But he's going to show us his bicep on Friday because he's really going to be in shape by then.
Looking forward to that. Well,
dude, he's got popsicle sticks and shit taped to the other side.
I was gonna say,
what if he's just wearing one of those T-shirts? It's like a muscle man. That would be funny. He's not funny enough to do that.
Yeah.
After that, Christian came up and you introduced us to a Vegas celebrity.
Yeah. Drew Belcher, who is a food reviewer. As I pointed out, he has like 1.5 million followers on TikTok and 700,000 on Instagram. And when I started watching, his reviews, I'm like, well, this guy might be it. But then I did find a podcast where he ate food with models and tried to fuck them unsuccessfully. And I felt really good about that submission, Carl. Better than anything I've ever sent you for WATP.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. And I hated the way he interacted with these hot chicks who will never fuck him.
right.
Because he was being flirtatious in a way that like every other guy watching just be like, oh, she's not into that. That's not gonna work for me. That's why I had Dick Masterson on that segment. Because I knew Dick would get a kick out of a guy like really stumbling over his words to hit on a girl. Like, for example, the word moist got brought up. Whoa! He said the word moist 80 times to her after she said that. She's like, I don't even like that word. It's the way I describe this food.
That was pretty edgy stuff.
Ugh. So
and when
bad.
he said it looked like she jerked off a jar of mayonnaise, and then they had a cutaway of somebody slapping mayonnaise.
Jerked off a jar of mayonnaise might be the worst joke.
We say that all the time.
Constructed.
No. Maybe you just don't understand comedy, Carl.
As the old saying goes.
Maybe I don't. So then after that, we got into the Aaron Imholte segment. And I say Aaron Imholte segment instead of Steel Toe because it started with his interview that he did on Killstream with Ethan Ralph. Got to get all these fucking YouTubers figured out in my head. And also this other guy that was on the show did a great job, Godwinson. Did a great job with Aaron Imholte. So we played a bunch of clips from that, and then Lucy Tightbox was on with us, and she had watched a lot of Steel Toe with Gino Bisconti and Keanu, so she had some clips and things.
I think she watched something like 9 hours worth of.
Yeah.
She
that's
complained
what
about watching 9 hours, yes.
So, which means it was probably 7, and she watched it on triple speed, but whatever.
Yeah, you know how broads are. They always want to take too much credit for things. Why are you giving me that look? Guys, let's not talk about prawns. My wife is here.
Yeah. Well, my wife's not, so I'll talk about it.
That's all right.
Oh, Lucy's here. I still hate you, Carl. 10.5 hours. See, it keeps going up and up and up. Baloney Factory is here. We were hanging out a bunch. I'll get into that. Sunday was a fun day. All right. So, but this is probably a good segue to talk about what Aaron was saying about me, that I have to call him on his bullshit. And again, I don't care if Aaron, like, we've been pointing out his narcissism and how poorly he's handled this whole divorce with his wife. And my big thing is, like, you purposely wanted to get revenge on these people who are no longer hanging out with you. Like, you're the odd man out, and they're all shitheads. He says it himself. All of us were shitheads in the situation. They're all neglecting their children and making bad decisions based on the fact that they're parents and have a bunch of children. But now Aaron has decided that he has the moral high ground, and he's tattling on everyone and getting everyone in trouble. He's calling parents. It's been proven that the search warrant that led to the police putting a battering ram into Nick Rekieta's front door was based on the broadcast of Aaron Imholte. And he's taking victory laps about this. If I had narked on my friends for drug use and got them all arrested, I'd sheepishly say, oh, I guess I said too much. My bad. Sorry, guys. That won't happen again.
This isn't going to bode well.
Hey, guys, if anyone wants to party with me in the future, I won't do that again. You know, that's what I'd be saying. But this guy's just like, yeah, and they're all in jail now because they're fucking losers. And I was like, whoa. Okay. But Aaron doesn't know what I'm saying. He's not listening. He's not paying attention. But it doesn't stop him from commenting. So let's pick up on a very recent episode from just, I think, yesterday.
What happened to his set? I've been meaning to ask somebody this. What happened? He used to have like a nice looking set. What is
No,
this?
he upgraded, Vinny. You don't realize that?
Why is the
Don't
My
you-
Pillow guy back there? That's not an upgrade.
It's not an upgrade
His
at
name
all.
is Mike Lindell, and he's an American patriot, Vinny. Come on.
It looks terrible. This set looks terrible. And I'm just repeating what Patrick Melton says. I'm not taking credit for this. But when Aaron switched over to this, instead of having the big logo behind him, he goes, I wanted to get it back to like my radio roots, have more like a radio style set. Radio is not visual. There's no such thing as a radio set. This isn't a radio set. You have a whiteboard behind you that you update with things like, shut up, Aaron. And SpaghettiOs. You get your little jokes back there.
Well, who's that guy on Sports Center that does that with the chalkboard?
I don't
know who I'm talking about.
Not Sports Center, but Around the Horn.
Pardon the
Yeah,
interruption.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Around the Horn. I forget his name.
Has anybody ever told him that every fucking radio person that does any type of stream professionally has like a set? Like,
I mean, he can look at the internet if he wants
I want to go back to my radio vibes. Well, then turn off the camera, shithead.
Woody Page. I knew someone in the chat would know the answer to that.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
Woody Page. He's a funny guy. I like him on that show.
Is he still in Denver, or where did he go to?
Dude, I don't know where he is, but that show Around the Horn is still on TV with the same fucking people. It's amazing. It's like Wheel of Fortune. Like, never goes away. Like, wait, it's still these fucking people? Are you kidding me? All right. That's not the point. The point is, this is the shit that Aaron was talking about me recently.
Like, Patrick's whole thing is he's a steel toe guy. His audience is my audience. He only has it through my good graces. Carl, Carl's kind of become a pro wrestler. Carl used to have a show where he would find shows and he would critique them. Now Carl is like this, I don't know, he's like the nerdy kid who hides behind the football player and goes, and says we a lot when it's the other person. Carl became kind of a weird, I don't want to say it because I liked the guy and we would talk on the phone and we would text and whatever, but he kind of became a bitch.
The only comment I have on that so far, I love when people go, Carl used to critique other people's podcasts. I still do. That's still the show format. And now he's critiquing my podcast, so it stinks, and I don't like it.
Unfortunately. By the way, I'm going to make a call right now. Carl is not going to say that he was wrong about the marriage thing being a work. He's going to spin it to where either he was kidding or, no, what I really said was, no, I didn't say it was a work. I said what it could be was this, that, or the other thing. He won't admit it. He's he got too wrapped up in the pro wrestling angle of it. He's got to do the 4 horsemen thing where the day after we saw you get the shit kicked out of you on TV, you've got to spin it that you guys are still the baddest motherfuckers who ever lived.
All right, so this is why I wanted to play this. Because Aaron can gaslight his audience all he wants. Kevin Brennan does the same thing, just make shit up that's not true at all, and just say it, assuming that no one will ever fact check him on it. But the fact that Aaron says that I'm the one who's going to do a wrestling work, I'm not the wrestling fan out of us, Aaron. This is your thing. I know you are, Vinny, but you didn't tell me to do this.
I like how the snitch called you a bitch. I love that.
I know. So Aaron comes on here and he goes, you know what Carl's going to do next? He's not even going to admit that he was wrong. Meanwhile, 10 days ago, this is not hard to look up, Aaron. I did a whole show about you specifically, and I brought on people who know more about Aaron than I do, and I said this. Here's what I want to start off with. Here's what I want to say to both of you guys. The reason why we're here today is because 2 weeks ago, I came on this very YouTube channel, and I declared, this has to be a work.
Mm-hmm. I'm still with you, Carl.
Aaron Imholte came on his show and said, I'm getting a divorce from April. Some of the people who had been predicting for at least the past 4 weeks, but even before that, there was a lot of speculation about it. And I said, okay, this has to be a work. There's no way this is real. No one would behave like this. No one would be lying to their audience like this and then come back and just say, no, guys, you were all right. I was lying all this time. April and I are getting a divorce. I went, well, this seems fishy. Why? How could somebody do a 180 like that and have any credibility? It's got to be a work, and April's going to show up on Monday and have a big laugh with them. Well, it turns out I was completely wrong. And so I wanted to bring you guys on to tell me how I got it so wrong, because apparently I wasn't paying close attention to what Aaron was up to. Oh, wrong again, Aaron. You know what Carl's going to do? He's going to say, I didn't say that, and I didn't mean that. Nope. I said it. I meant it. I was hoping it was true. I was hoping it was a work, because it's embarrassing.
For the sake of you and your family, he was hoping it was a work, Aaron.
Yes. I was hoping it was a work, because if Melton and Chad Zubak knew everything about the details of your life just by watching your body language, then you're a joke. So let's see. He goes on from there. But anyway, I wanted to make that point. Aaron, you can talk all the shit you want about me, but just know what I say. It's really hard. And this is going way back to the old Stuttering John when he would take jabs at me from time to time.
Right.
Before he would watch the clips and stuff and know what I was saying. Now he responds to me directly in things I said, which is nice. I like that.
At least he knows. At
least he knows what I'm saying. But John used to battle me on things that he had no idea what I was saying or what I was doing. It's just like, well, this is dumb. You can't make an argument if you don't know anything about this. It's like being on a debate team and being like, yeah, so what is abortion, though? You know, I was like, well, no, you can't pick a side, dummy.
But that is embarrassing for Carl that he goes, the divorce is a work. Nobody made him say the divorce is a work.
Hold on.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be more embarrassing if someone made me say? Could you imagine if I hosted a show and I'm like, guys, I know I said that Aaron's divorce is a work, but a bigger kid made me say it. One of the kids at school made me say it, and I was going to tell my mom, but then.
Like nobody gave him a reason to say my divorce was a work.
It was my thinking, dummy.
No, Carl, we all know that the guys at corporate, from big WATP, they said, this is the company line. You have to say it's a work. I don't want to. Do you want to be fired? Okay, I'll say it.
I met with our PR firm. They gave me the talking points. I disagree with these. They're like, Carl, we're saving you for your own good. You can say this. Okay.
What is the point
But he
he's
decided
trying to make? What is even the point?
That's a good
you
question.
Were wrong about something? Okay, Carl was wrong about something. Your world is on fucking fire, dickhead. Your world is literally crumbling around you. Hey, but Carl got something wrong and he might not admit it.
Well, the funniest part about this is that
this guy's insane.
He's insane because the dumbest part about this is the fact that for weeks, Aaron was saying that their marriage is fine. April's going to come back to the show someday. She just needs a cooling off period. She's upstairs making candied bacon right now. Everything's great. So he was the one lying the entire time. Then he comes out and tells the truth, and I go, that can't be right. He could have been lying this whole time. And now he's calling me out. What an idiot Carl is. He didn't even know I was lying all that time. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt, man. All right.
To run out there
halfway.
and get...
I'm sorry. I'm halfway to changing Dabblecon to Steel Tokon. This guy's a fucking loser.
You're not wrong.
I've never watched this much of this guy, I think. This is really annoying.
It's crazy, right? All right.
Yes.
I'll call Shuli in the morning. We might need to rebrand.
By the way, just to follow up on something you said, Carl, you want him to know what you say. The only way he's going to know everything you say is if the titles of your videos become 6,000 words long, because that's the only way he knows anything.
Yes.
Like, well, look, the title of this video said this. That must be what Carl says.
That's what he reacted to last time. It was just the name of the thumbnail. That's so stupid.
Get out over his skis anyway, and now he looks like a fucking moron.
This is great.
Okay.
So Aaron's wife, Aaron was a cuck. He was letting a guy with more YouTube subs fuck his wife. He got cucked out of the relationship. Now he's on the out, and the three of them are all fucking each other. And Aaron goes, this Carl guy looks like an idiot. Oh, yeah, boy, is my face red, Aaron. I'm the laughing stock of the internet. That's right, I forgot.
This dude's house is on fire, and he's going, hey, look, the fireman's truck is dirty. Oh, look.
What an idiot.
Retarded.
He's so stupid.
Which, it's fine with me. If the people who
tell.
don't like you want to make mistakes, let them. Don't fucking get involved. But this bed bug thing at Hackamania.
Oh, man.
Speaking of, so this is an amazing segue right here. He goes from, can you believe how stupid Carl is? He thought I wasn't going to get divorced. He thought April was going to show back up and we were still in love and I didn't fuck up my second marriage. Can you believe how dumb he is? But guys, you hear about the bed bugs in Hackamania? Let's hear about them, Aaron.
I'd love to.
Let's hear about how you fell for another ruse, you dummy.
I'd rather have bugs in my bed than a fucking woman dripping from Nick Rekieta's cum. Okay? Aaron.
Oh.
Fuck off.
And I heard that they did hold this thing at a really dirty venue in Las Vegas because they couldn't afford any of the decent ones.
Yeah, literally the venue was just like, we're going to give you a discount rate because there are bed bugs. And Melton's like, all right,
Awesome.
yeah, I can use 20% off. That's cool. I'll up the bottom line. A really dirty venue.
Yeah, Melton got the venue for half price because he offered to sweep up before we started.
Right, yes.
And in the arts district and shit, there's a
And then Johnny Crutches comes in and it makes you feel bad for
I was
everything
going to say, who is this person? I don't watch the show.
No,
so.
nobody does. Johnny Crutches is the guy that Mersh told him he wasn't funny in a super chat.
Is this the guy who cried?
Yes, he cried for 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, I know who this is. I do. Okay.
Of course you do. The guy who cried on Aaron's show. Oh, yeah. We all know that is now.
Could you imagine if every
just never
WATP producer, Chris, just breaks down in tears and Carl keeps bringing it back? Yeah, you were real stupid, Carl.
This is such a weird thing that Aaron's doing here.
A lot of cheap, shitty places to hold events. Yeah, people said that. I also heard from people that they're like, all Patrick can do is talk about you. That's all he's got. The only thing he ever talks about is steel toe. And
so Patrick Melton has been doing a comedy show for 20 years on the internet.
This is a comedy show?
Patrick Melton.
Oh.
Aaron Imholte right here is
Yes.
saying the only thing Patrick Melton does is talk about Aaron Imholte. The only doesn't talk about me is what Aaron is saying. Patrick Melton has had a show that's been running longer than everyone else's show.
Yeah.
He was on Ustream.
And also,
YouTube didn't exist when he started this show.
He's been doing it so long that Adam Carolla was on broadcast radio. When
Correct.
He started.
Well, and he's been speculating about this for a long time and was right about every single thing.
Correct. And I love that now Aaron's going, and you know this guy who kept saying that my marriage was a debacle and that April was on drugs and that the Ricadas and us were all swingers. This guy who predicted everything, he just keeps talking about how he's right about everything. He's just taking this victory lap over and over again. Yeah.
But I only talk about how Carl was wrong about one thing. Like, no.
This is his time to shine, Aaron. You got to let him have it.
Dude, look at his body language.
Yes. Dude, he's hugging himself all the time. He's just like, we're good. We're good.
It'll be all right.
Hold it together.
I mean, how else can he keep his hands off a hot piece of meat like Johnny Crutches?
Oh my God. Johnny Crutches is like, I was going to kill myself, but it could be worse.
I was going to kill myself, but I couldn't actually lift up the rope.
What? Christian. I didn't know Christian was a shock jock on this show.
So I don't know a lot about this show.
Yeah.
Except for what I hear through you guys and Patrick. And why is he showing up late and why is it taking him 20 minutes to get into the chair?
Well, that's the crutches, Jen.
Well, I've seen people use crutches before. It wasn't as painful to watch as this.
I think he took a 45-minute long bathroom break. That's how long it takes him to crawl to the bathroom.
But Jen's right. I wouldn't expect him to be slower than Quadfather.
And how it bothers him that Steel Toe's numbers are better than him now and Steel Toe's doing better. Like, dude.
Oh, so that's the other thing, too. So, again, gaslighting the audience. Aaron goes, yeah, I hear that, like, Patrick Melton's, it bothers him that I'm getting more viewers than him. Now, we were all talking about Patrick Melton's demeanor and how he lives his life and how he thinks about things. It doesn't bother him. No, we don't fucking care. Aaron, as many hate viewers as you're getting right now, or Ricada haters who are watching to see what you're going to say about Nick Ricada next, it's short-lived. You know that. You've said it many times. And we don't care. I've never once seen someone be successful on their show and been like, fuck that! God damn it, my only mission was for that person to not be successful. No, none of us care. We're all happy for you, buddy. We hope it keeps going.
Listen, man, I have to sum this up for everybody. Let's make this very clear. Here's what we're hoping for. More people to be idiots on the fucking internet. That's the only thing we're hoping for.
Right. Dude, the more people watch, the more famous Aaron Imholte gets, the better it is for us. Because you're right, DabbleCon becomes Steel Toe Con.
Yeah, we'll do it in October, and we'll call it Steel-tober.
Perfect. I love it.
Love it.
Sells itself.
Write it down.
At the Magic Bag, October 25th. Get your tickets. Magic Bag website.
You should dude, that's not a bad idea.
It's not.
Steel-tober at the Magic Bag.
Steel-tober. All right. Well, let's see what this idiot's going to say next.
You don't have to. Like, that doesn't have to bother you.
It doesn't bother
You
him.
could just do you could do a show that you're proud of and that you don't have to sit there and be mad that we've gotten more traction than you lately.
He's not mad. No one's mad.
Johnny Average nailed it.
I don't think
Steel-toberfest.
Cocktober?
No, Steel-toberfest.
Steel-toberfest. I like it. All right, that's good. I like Cocktober too.
I was just going to say, 0316 Cocktober.
Because that really could be a lot of things, actually, now I think about it.
think that way about you. But then again, your whole show depends on me. My whole show doesn't really depend on you.
Oh, this is a funny one. The Book of Toe says, admit it, Carl. Every time Aaron hits his goal, you toss and turn at night as it eats away at you. Turn to the light. Yes. This is the thing. He always goes like, yeah, the haters hate it when we hit our goal. We want you to keep broadcasting. Like, that's the thing about all these locals. Like Patrick Michael used to say this all the time. They want me off the internet. No, I want you doing 5 shows a day.
Hey, John, Aaron, here's a fact. Every time one of you guys runs panhandling to the internet with your hat in your hand, Carl wins.
Yes, we love it. We hope
Every
you hit the goal
time.
every day. Yes, it's fantastic.
You all want to live your lives with all these I win. No. Every time you go and make an ass of yourself on the internet begging, Carl wins.
Yeah,
every time.
It's fantastic content every time, and less work for me.
This is losing power here.
Is it losing power now?
Yep.
Oh, that's not good. All right.
But, dude, fucking bed bugs, that's gross.
That's fucked up.
Somebody texted, I texted 5 people from last night, and they all said they woke up itching. I've already spent too much money on airfare, hotel, and expenses not to go. Nothing I can do about it now. They're everywhere. Everywhere. Probably the chairs in the main room. That's when I started itching, but I also sat out in the front by the merch table.
So that's the text message that leaked that got everybody saying like, oh, there's bed bugs at this show. They're like, yay! All the people who are fans of these shows got bed bugs. We can't wait for my prize to come in the mail over this.
To be fair, none of us would know if Ray DeVito t-shirts had bed bugs since, nobody bought them.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's the reason why we didn't get bed bugs.
There were people getting fucking bed bugs from the Hackamania event with Patrick Melton.
I mean, it must be true.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
I
your
mean-
wife got crabs, so shut the fuck up, Aaron.
I am wondering, will Aaron go on a show? Because he said that I'm an asshole who was going to spin it and act like I wasn't wrong. And he was wrong about that. I didn't spin it and I said I was wrong. Is Aaron going to do a show where he goes, guys, I fell for this fucking stupid internet meme where somebody posted a thing that said that they all got bed bugs and I'm an idiot because I was taking a victory lap over something because I wanted it to be true. Will Aaron say that?
No.
We'll see. I mean, I hope he does. I don't know. He might.
No. I mean, it's fucking bed bugs, man. It's not like, oh, there were ants, there was a group that was in there before and they spilled some ice cream and it attracted some ants. It's fucking bed bugs.
Did the Hackamania thing arrange the hotel accommodations? How is this Hackamania's fault if people booked a shitty hotel?
Wow.
No,
Johnny Crutches. His legs don't work, and neither do his ears. He just fucking read that it was from the chairs in the main room or whatever. And Johnny Crutches was like, so wait, there's bed bugs in places other than beds? I'm not following this.
Okay.
What a great co-host. Aaron, why do you even have this guy on? He sucks.
Well, to be fair,
sucks.
Steel Toes show is so boring, even the guy in the room with him can't listen to it.
Right. Yeah, good point. I can't follow it. It's boring.
they're saying that they got it at the venue.
Oh, at the venue?
Yeah.
Well, then it's definitely Melton's fault if they got it at the venue.
How can you possibly know?
They're so stupid. This is crazy. This gets dumber in a second, but go on.
I was just gonna say they're folding chairs. They weren't like big upholstered.
They weren't
couches
folding
either.
chairs, but they were nicer than folding chairs.
Yes, they were fine, comfortable chairs,
Yeah.
but they weren't like these plush upholstered.
They weren't lazy boys.
No,
They wouldn't have bed bugs.
stupid, and they're rented. They were brought in that day. Or
Right.
whatever. Who cares?
People saying they got the bed bugs at the venue, like the chairs and shit like that. Yeah. So you had a shitty live stream.
Good stuff.
People thought that the
Crutches.
performances weren't funny. People who watched the live stream said this is horseshit, this sucks. You barely had 200 people there from what I heard, which...
And now you might have a whole bunch of hotels that are going to have issues because they'll have a bed bug problem to deal with.
Oh, let's check the news. Is that happening in Las Vegas where Hackamania causes bed bug outbreak in Las Vegas? Anyone check the headlines?
Hackamania causes plague.
Which I've always said, if the isotopes, because we have pyrotechnics and stuff at our shows, I always said if we did happen to burn down a venue and people didn't survive, the isotopes would be headline news. It wouldn't be the worst thing that ever happened to us. So if Hackamania did have this happen, and people are like, what's this Hackamania thing? Oh, there's a Dabbleverse.
Well, Great White is doing awesome
Nobody has
now.
audience. Yeah, everyone knows that story. That's what I mean. No such thing as bad publicity.
Well, here's the thing. Like, if you throw your show, Carl's show, and other shows, like there were a lot of different audiences that were supposed to congregate for this thing, and the biggest you draw is 200. I mean, that's fine, but it doesn't impress someone like me. Like, our events draw over 200 people, and it's just our show.
Yeah.
All right. Can I?
When
This is
you
the
do
part I
events.
wanted to get to and comment on. This is disingenuous out of Aaron. This is where, like, Adam Carolla used to say stupid or liar, which I think it applies to this. Aaron, are you stupid or are you lying? Because you are a morning show out of St. Cloud, Minnesota, wherever the fuck you are. So when you hold events, they're local events where local people come. We did a show in Las Vegas. I don't live anywhere near there. Most of the people listening to the show don't live anywhere near there. We got people to travel to fly in from all over the United States and Canada to come to this show. So our 200 people, very different than your 200 people. Very different. They didn't just like, hey, that thing's happening tonight. You want to get in the car and we'll just go check it out? It's at Stoney's. We'll go. You've been to Stoney's. We'll just go to Stoney's. He's doing a thing. I heard about it on the show. No. This is months in advance. buy airfare, buy your tickets, get accommodations, make plans, get a babysitter, spend the weekend with us. So fuck off with the 200 people. We can get 200 people. It's very different. And you know that, Aaron.
I don't think Aaron should be comparing his live events to yours. He should be comparing his live events to Scorch's PFG TV.
Yes. And by the way, still be close, but he might be winning that one.
He might be.
That one he might be winning. All right. So we did Who Are These Podcasts? Talked about Steel Toe. We did another segment, That Reality Show. We did some of that. Then we did a very special To Catch an Alien that was actually To Catch a Steel Toe. Mary Beth Rosie was up there for that. Ray Puppet, Dr. Steve. Of course, the great Brian Johnson was with us. Vito Giswaldi, Dick Masterson, Christian Blatt, Lucy Typebox, Jen, Vinny. No Joey C. But
No,
the
he
rest
bailed.
of us were all on WATP.
But I did get this awesome Cardiff necklace from Mary Beth.
Mary Beth was
She made
made
them on
these
her own.
amazing Cardiff necklaces. I wish I could zoom
Those
in on
are
that,
cool.
Cease and desist.
I love it.
Although
No invite.
not TSA friendly. I can tell you that about those necklaces.
I know it got me patted down.
Yes, she got strip searched, not by the TSA, by me. I volunteered. I'm like, I got this one, guys. Put me in, coach.
She's so kind.
So then Tuki Soup.
And by the way, whatever
Yes.
Dr. Steve tells you, he is not part of the TSA. Just so everybody knows.
Right, yes.
Whatever Steve tells you.
I brought my own gloves. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about anything else on WATP. Christian, you were a big part of it. Vinny, you were a big part of it. Jenny, anything I missed? Anything you want to discuss
We
about
did
that show?
We had a great time with Lisa and Helga. There's a really great segment where Helga explains how she was trying to build a nuclear bomb or not, and how the FBI confronted her at her job. It's interesting.
And Lisa almost threw up in a bucket, but just didn't even want the sight of the bucket. Oh, and Lisa without her teeth in. That
Yeah,
was one of my
Lisa
favorite
forgot to put her
things
teeth
that I was
in to start one of the segments. And afterwards, so Lisa was sick on Wednesday and she was vomiting and stuff. And then she came back Thursday, started off without her teeth in. And Dr. Steve afterwards goes, I won't do the Steve impression. I got to stop doing that. It's not even good. But Steve goes, Carl, the reason why she didn't have her teeth in is like when you're vomiting, your teeth will fall out into the toilet and stuff. Oh, yeah, good point. That's probably want to remove your teeth before you start vomiting all over the place.
That's why he's a doctor, Carl.
Yeah, he does. He knows better than I. It's also why he's geriatric. Like he knows these things. I don't.
Yeah, Dr. Steve is angling to check Lisa's prostate.
Oh,
I love it. Now that's a
Hackamania
show.
2.
Now that's
I
a
was gonna
show
say.
right there. Fucking Tuki? Are you kidding me? That's not interesting at all. All right, let's talk about Tuki.
we're gonna
Soup.
need 4 days worth to get all this stuff done.
Let's talk about Tuki Soup because this was, I thought, a perfect way to end the weekend. It was a surreal experience because, obviously you have Tuki and Pat Dixon's up there just riffing on the keyboard, just playing whatever he feels like, rocking out. Dr. Steve says he's in for checking Lisa Boswell's prostate.
Look,
Using
no
the whole-
hands.
Using the whole fist, Doc. That's a Chevy Chase joke. So then they do the prostate exam, but there's a lot of gags involved. Oh, by the way, my brother was up there too because he
Yes,
was going
I saw
to
him.
check my brother's balls too. That was the other thing that got brought up during Ray DeVito. I forgot about a lot of talk about my brother's testicles.
Yeah.
They're big, they hang low. I don't know. There's a lot of details. I wasn't writing notes down.
Oh, like you don't know, Carl.
Sure.
I don't. I don't. We don't have those conversations at Easter. So
Only at Christmas.
they put up the. What would you call that? Like the privacy shading.
It's like a privacy shade. Yeah, it was like they just had like a sheet. It's,
Yeah.
It's that.
Basically a sheet, and the way they set up the lighting was so you can see all the shadows behind it. So it's like an Austin Powers gag.
It was backlit. I've seen it many
Yeah.
times. You see
like an Austin Powers gag, right?
Seinfeld.
So they're gonna do the prostate exam, but first they have all these funny gags where Rocco's standing there and Dr. Steve's pulling all this shit out of his ass, so you can see the shadows of. And it's all very funny. And then it really happened. The finger went right into that butt, and
did.
you could tell by Rocco's reaction that
His
was
face
very real,
was very surprised.
very very real. That was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed that.
But he can
part of
sleep
the
easy
show.
knowing that he's got a perfectly healthy prostate.
Anything else? I'm honestly, it was such a long weekend. That was such a long day. What else am I forgetting about the Tuki Soup episode? Anything else you guys remember?
You know,
To me,
it was
I'm
funny.
sorry. I was just going to say it seemed like a performance art piece because they were talking
Yes.
and doing their regular thing, but then there's this kind of relaxing, lilting music going on in the background. It reminded me a little bit of Pee-wee's Playhouse, if that's a vibe.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that episode, Jen. Pee Wee gave Cherry a prostate exam.
It was lovely. It was so
But
surreal.
I can't imagine that people watching on the live stream got a real good vibe for how much fun it was for all of us to sit there in anticipation. And somehow my wife didn't hate that, by the way. She's like, no, it was really funny. I was like, everybody likes Tuki. I think that's what it comes down to.
Well, also, if you didn't know anything about the Dabbleverse, you didn't have to at that moment.
Yeah.
No.
That's where everything was just like, there's some crazy shit going on stage, and it's part comedy and part surreal and part Pee-wee's Playhouse. You're just like, whoa, what is happening right now?
And that's why, Rocco might go down as the GOAT for this stuff because he's such an original dude.
Yeah.
The ideas that he comes up with and the stuff is very much out of the box, and it's very different than everybody else was doing at a podcast show. So I just think, he nailed it for being in that closing spot. And it was very funny. I mean, he didn't have to get a finger stuck up his asshole, but he went the whole way for the audience. And it was fun. And it was great.
He promised he would.
Everybody
and he did.
loved it.
Yeah. Ray DeVito's going, pick up a pen, write some jokes. Pick up a pen, write some jokes. And Rocco's going, oh, I'll be putting the pen down and bending over. I was like, we don't have to write jokes. I have a much better thing to do. And then I'm going to get into Sunday. But before I do that, let me just say, we took a lift home. Back to the hotel from the venue. And we had all of our merch in a suitcase. So we pack up our merch into the suitcase and we're rolling it down the sidewalk and our lift shows up and the driver has all of this shit in the back of her hatchback.
Well, it was like a minivan, though, wasn't it?
No, it was like a hatchback kind of thing. But the hatchback was cluttered with garbage.
Yes.
So I wanted to put the suitcase in the hatchback, and she rolls down the window and says, just throw it in the front.
She did.
So I said, okay. Jen and I sit in the back. I put my luggage in the front seat. She immediately starts yelling at me. What the? You got my seat all dirty. Why would you do that? You just got my seat all dirty. I go, not for nothing. You're a Lyft driver, and there's nothing but shit in your hatchback in the trunk here, so I couldn't put it back there. This is on you. You told me to put it in the front seat. Yeah, but you put it with the wheels down on the seat, and now it's all dirty. So then we sit in a very uncomfortable ride back
And she
to the
was
hotel.
angrily
She
driving.
was so pissed. Yeah, you could tell she was like thinking about like, do I just take them out with me? I don't know. So then we get out, and I open the front door to grab my suitcase, and we have at it again. Why would you do that? You got to pay for this. I'm like, I'm not paying for shit. Why would you have clutter? You're driving for a living. You have all this fucking clutter. You think no one's going to have a suitcase? You're in Vegas. No one has a fucking suitcase they need to put in the back of your fucking hatchback. And you got all that bullshit back there. That's garbage, by the way. What are you doing? Anyway, I gave her a one-star review.
You told her she had garbage in the back of her car?
Yeah, I did.
Fucking awesome.
Well, she did.
What? She did. I gave her a one-star review. You know what she gave me? I didn't see this until the next afternoon. A $20 cleaning fee. I got charged by Lyft $20 for a cleaning fee. As if I like puked in the back or peed myself or something. Should I challenge this against Lyft? I mean, it's $20. I don't care.
I mean, it's $20 fucking. I don't know what your time is worth, but
it's not. It's not worth it. But I'm just pissed.
If
Principle.
we're going to challenge something,
I want to stand up for the principle. Carl, I'll fight it for you. Send me whatever I need to do. I want this bitch to go down. I'm going to take a car.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a house. I want to live it on the street.
Thank
Carl,
you. Yes.
do you want me to call Lyft right now? Do you want me to get Lyft on the phone?
Call Lyft. You know their number. You know their number. Call Lyft right now, and then call Uber Eats after that.
I'm planning on that.
Ted Scheckler, $5. Hollywood Carl gets mad when peasants interrupt him dining on Wagyu burgers. And it's true. I do get very upset with that. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I'm having dinner right now. Carl's third cousin, 100-somethings. Hi, Vinny. Hi, Carl. Hi, Jenny. I wish I had something else to type on these extra characters.
Hi,
Dude,
Carl.
this could be a show.
Please. I'm trying to save up for DabbleCon too. So just cut me in. I'll do this every day. I'll do this like KB, 4 hours every afternoon.
Well, now that you're getting divorced, yeah, you might as well.
Yeah,
What else you got to do?
Yeah, that's actually a great idea.
Troy Smith, member for 2 months. Hi, kids, especially Christian. FKB,
Hey,
FSJ.
There you go.
Troy Smith.
F
All right.
Steel Toe. Troy Smith's the man.
Hi, Troy.
Chewy's a new member. Thank you, Chewy, for becoming a member. You can become a member yourselves if you want to and get bonus shows. You can watch all the WATP live on Wednesdays and Saturdays by becoming a member on this very channel. Dang Lizard, €2. You sound too happy and don't remember what Ray did to you. That's possible. The Chewy Network $5 says, explain in detail how you failed to prepare again. Thanks for taking the focus off Pottstown and our audio event failure. Love you guys. Smiley face. I almost made the Pottstown comparison. Maybe I did. I can't remember now. The way the show started off.
By the way, better than Pottstown. I walked in the door and I immediately bought a poster. I had it within 30 seconds. So
Yeah. By the way, the posters don't say the creep off on them, but at least there were posters. You got to give that, Vinny. Vinny's face when you mentioned posters just now. The scowl.
I'm sorry, Vinny. It's still in the tube. I'll throw it away.
Thank you. I'm just kidding, guys. Enjoy your posters.
Joe, 69 $2. What does Carl think about VTL's comments about him? Okay, VTL.
Vince, don't you have anything else to do right now?
I know. You're talking about when you were muttering Jay, talking about my chicken legs, or why you trash me $5. Lisa Boswell is becoming a star. Their show reminds me of Wham when George Michael got too big for Andrew Ridgely.
Andrew Ridgely, yeah.
And went solo. Yeah, by the way, it's not my fault. I don't know who Andrew Ridgely is. No one does.
He was the talented one in Wham. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. How dare you? Michael C. $2. Lady K made fun of Review Bra. Glass House's Lady K. Cupcakes Corner with American Cupcake, $2. Had a great time meeting all of you guys this weekend. Same here. Thanks for being at the event. I appreciate it.
It was
When,
nice.
when is Dang Lizard going to come to an event? €5. KB sitting and almost silently watching Hackamania showed us how a true professional does a show like this, you loser. Oh, remind me, because I do have in my notes, I want to talk about the sniping that took place. Especially one of the lines that Liam McEnany said that I have to call him out. And I know that you're friends with him, Christian.
Look,
Fuck it. Let's talk about it right now.
Let's talk about it right now. Yeah,
I'll get back to the super chats in a moment.
I have to jump up before my kid gets home from Cub Scouts.
Yeah,
I gotta
right.
draw the line somewhere. Yeah.
All right.
But,
So,
so Liam was on with KB while KB was sniping, right? Yeah.
Sniping the stand-up show Friday
Okay.
night. All right. So Vinny is bringing Ray DeVito up. And so, Vinny's the host of the show. So he goes, okay, our next performer, blah, blah, blah. And then Ray DeVito comes up to thunderous applause, as we mentioned. And Liam's whole thing was, because Liam thinks he's a superstar in the Dabbleverse for some reason.
Okay.
He goes, Ray should make a joke. Thanks, Liam, for bringing me up. Saying that Vinny and Liam look similar. And then Ray didn't say that. And Liam goes, wow, he really missed it there. Really missed an opportunity. That would have killed. Liam, I don't know if you know this. Vinny Paulino is way better known than Liam McEnany. Vinny Paulino is Vinny Paulino. You're who? You're, one of the fat guys that rotates around. Like, I was angry for you, Vinny, because Liam, it wasn't like Liam was going for a joke. He really thinks that. He really thinks that would have been a funny line. It's like, no, Liam, no one knows who you are. We don't care about you.
Yeah,
What was that,
I don't
Christian?
even know what to think of that.
Well, I am friends with Liam, mostly because I need somebody to go to the movies with me on weeknights while I leave my wife at home while she packs for our divorce.
Oh man, this
But,
is not going well for you.
What do you mean? Look, we've seen what there's 1,300 people in the chat, and like probably about 1,150 of them don't like me. They know me better than they know Liam McEnany.
I would agree.
So Liam, you're a tier down, but you've been on the Black
I was just
Cast,
blown
and I
away
appreciate
by
it.
that. Just the way he delivered it too. He's just like so off put by like, dude, you got to make the joke that Vinny is me, right? It's like, no one's thinking that except for you. That's a weird thing to say too. It's embarrassing.
I enjoy Liam's company, but Liam, you wish you were Vinny Paulino.
That's right.
Don't we all?
And by the way, as far as fat
feel
guys
so
go,
awkward right now because nobody wishes to be me. You should.
as far as fat guys go, Vinny's going in the right direction and Liam's going in the wrong direction. So there's also that. Amazing Pop Culture Podcast $5 says, what are your thoughts of hosting celebrity boxing and having Celebrity John as the main event? Who would you have him battle?
He's already battling alcoholism.
That would be funny. Yeah, we just throw Coors at him. He has to
Just punch the beers. And he
punch
can't
beers
decide
as they
if he
come
loves
in.
them or punches them. So confusing.
Who would we have Stuttering John fight? Who would be a fair fight for Stuttering John? Maybe KB? It to be another guy who's really old.
Well, who's that Crutches guy that's on Imholte show?
Johnny Crutches.
That would be good.
No. The undercard should be Johnny Crutches and Quadfather. Obviously.
Yeah, that would be fun. That's a good idea. Cripple fight!
I mean,
if producer Chris was here, he would have that drop right now.
I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him fight Cardiff.
Ooh.
Just like it would be like Game of Thrones when the mountain shows up.
Yes.
Cardiff's like fucking 900 times the size of John and just smushes him. It'd be amazing.
All right. Let's make it happen. Amazing pop culture podcast. Let's get on that for you. Beloved chatter, $5. Great to see everyone in Vegas. I'll never forgive you for making it impossible to dislike you, Carl. Tablecon is penciled in on the calendar. Yes.
Yeah.
Beloved chatter, love to see you there, buddy. It was really nice to meet you and hang out with you in Vegas. Dang Lizard, $2 or €2. Only Carl got multicolor hair naturally. That is true, unfortunately. I hate to say it. D Vogel, $20 says, can we get a good Croge story from Hackamania? I assume he was there. I need a Croge update. Is he suing you? Is he writing a tell-all book about the Dabbleverse and how he was mistreated? I was right before I came here. I was hanging out with Croge. We were recording some keyboard parts for the Isotope sound that we're recording right now in the studio. We were there 2 days last week. We're there again tomorrow to finish up the recording. LOS, Legion of Skanks. If Jen's a mom wife, hashtag Team Oedipus. Oedipus. Thank you. Thank you very much, Legion of Skanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Band practice guy, $5.
Yeah.
Had a great time. I lost my voice at the meet and scream. Yeah. We were doing the meet and greet, and all of a sudden someone decided to like crank music as everyone was just having conversations and getting along. And then we all start yelling at each other. That was fun. Thanks, band practice guy. It was good to see you and hang out with you. Oh, and by the way, BPG was on stage at Penn and Teller the night before because my brother and sister-in-law went to Penn and Teller. They sent me a photo of there's band practice guy up on stage with Penn and Teller.
That was cool.
Son of a bitch. Look at this guy. Hugh S.A. Carl, when will you do a live show in Anchorage? Never. I will never go to Alaska. No.
Well, Hugh S.A., send a message to me and Eric Zane. It's negotiable.
You guys are in for that?
We'll head out there. Yeah,
they might be starved for entertainment. You might sell it out now that I think about it. There's a live podcast here? Really? Weird. Dang Lizard, €5. Carl thought reality was less embarrassing than his. Another win for the toe. Common Man, $2. Dabblecon 2, enter the toe. Yes.
Holy shit.
I like that. I like that. Enter the toe.
Ugh.
Maud Levy, $2. I never knew I loved Vinny until right now.
Oh, shit.
Aw.
Cornball, $5. We heard it here first. Bed bugs are worse than doing coke around starving children. Can you believe? Yeah, I was neglecting children and doing drugs with my wife who's getting fucked by another guy while I'm doing Molly. But they had bed bugs at their event that they were at. That's funny. Beloved chatter, $2. Fake news VP. Ray sold 1 shirt and 1 download card.
Fake news BC. Christian Blant said that, not me.
Yeah, that's true. I did say that. Yeah.
That's funny. Matthew Raleigh, $5. Just checking in. Welcome back, y'all. Vinny, that Ozempic is working for you, huh?
It's out there now.
Ozempic. I'll take a sponsorship. Weird Medicine, $2. People came from Scotland, Liverpool, and New Zealand. You know what?
That is true.
That's a good point. So going back to what I was saying to Aaron, and I'm mad at myself for forgetting this. I was talking to people from, well, we had dinner that one night with Moody.
Yes, we did.
Talking all about geopolitical nonsense about New Zealand and the United States. And we were talking about Europe with a bunch of people from
Gets a little foggy for me at that point, but
yeah.
I know what you mean.
So yeah, that's a good point, Dr.
But then
Steve.
we were also talking to Shane. He was lovely at the container place.
Yes, we're going to get to that in a moment. Naturally negative $5. Wasn't there on or offline when the finger went in? Did the puppet react?
No, the puppet wasn't there because
I think Grant was holding the puppet. Yeah, Grant had the Tuki puppet at that moment. Yeah.
I mean, Rocco's good, but he's not that good. You can't figure his ass out. He's still doing, whoa! You know what I mean? It's like,
That would have been funny if he did.
that'd be amazing.
There was one of the last great bits on Stern when they did prostate karaoke.
Yes. Silence Dugan, $5 says, Carl's right. There's a big difference between Dabbleverse and Steel Toe morning show events. There's a lot more inbreds at Steel Toes.
Well, sir, you weren't at Hackamania. Let's not count.
Aaron, no one from New Zealand is flying to come see your show.
Right.
That's just shut up.
No, but that
Nancram.
Aussie guy probably would fly there, actually.
Maybe. Yes, he might. He'd be into it. Nancram, $14 says, one of the few female Uber drivers I've had in Nashville had a trunk full of her kids' car seats, so we had to sit with luggage on our laps. That just reminded me. Do you remember, this is going back years, we got an Uber here in Rochester, and a couple showed up. They were both in the car, and they had like a dog with them. And then there was 4 of us or 3 of us or whatever, and they're like, it's okay, I can get in the back. And the husband like sat in the trunk with the dog so that we could get in the car. And I'm like, I don't think Uber would
that's
be
not how it's
okay
supposed to
with any
work.
of this. But
I had an Uber driver, picked up my wife and I. We were out drinking. It was probably 11:30 at night. She had a very young child in the front seat without a car seat.
Oh.
Like a 3 or 4-year-old was just sit up there, like played with the radio and played DJ. And she's like, oh, that's good, honey. I like that song. And she was like, took her kid out making money. And
instead of having like mints and chargers for you, she just had liquor minis. She's like, hey, let's do a toast. All right.
It was
My kind of Uber driver.
responsible driver I've ever seen in my life. But my wife wanted to like call and, fucking be like, hey, they should know that she's doing this with a child and putting her child at risk. And I was like, it's on the job training. It's like, take your daughter to work day. Leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah. What are you going to solve all the world's problems?
Yeah, please.
What are you, woke dad? What are you going to do? People are going to live their
And I
lives.
told her that her trans baby in the front seat really
Yes.
is a person too. It should be allowed to pick radio stations.
Shane Morrison coming with $5 Australian says, hi, Jen. Winks. Hi, Carla. Hi, Vinny. Oh, hi, Christian.
Why, Shane?
Oh, I must be some kind of an expert.
Oh. AO 1012, $5. The guy who didn't know you could have a fridge delivered thinks he's a superstar, and I thought John was delusional. What am I missing?
That Aaron?
No, that's. I think that's Liam. I think Liam didn't have a refrigerator because he didn't want to get one, but he has a mini fridge.
That's right. He did talk about how no one has a refrigerator in LA. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Not true.
Good point.
I you know what? I don't want to get in trouble with my friend. Let's just put. You know what? I don't have a fridge either. Okay.
No one has fridges in LA.
Nope.
I've never seen a
I've
fridge.
never seen
I was
one.
at
Yeah.
I was at Dick Masterson's house. It was a beautiful house, and I'm
No
like, hey,
fridge.
can I have a cold beverage? He's like, we don't have. That's a bridge too far, Carl.
He gives
Not
you
in
a
LA.
shovel. You have to go into the backyard and dig it up. That's
Yeah.
how they keep their food cool.
Yep. Carl's Frosted Tips $2 says, did SJ get arrested yet for death threats on his ex? No, he didn't. Which I'm okay with. No one should get arrested for shit they say on YouTube. Listen, here's the thing. I don't want John to get arrested. I don't want anyone to get arrested. We're all trying to have some fun here and do shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're not trying to bury
all in
people.
good fun.
I'm not Aaron Imholte. I'm not sitting here going, and they should probably knock down John's door and check for this and that. It's like, no, I want people to enjoy their lives and make fools of themselves. Silence Dugan, $5. Liam's IMDb says he's considered by many as one of the country's top comedians. LOL. By many.
I would look that up, but I have no idea how to spell Macanini.
Nobody does.
Oh, it's hard actually. Yeah.
All right. Sunday. On Sunday.
Oh my God, it does say that.
Let me guess who wrote that.
Look, I wrote it for him. Okay, it's fine.
Oh, wow. Christian coming to the rescue.
Yeah.
GQ Spain included him in their list of the top 100 best comedians of all time.
All right. I'm going to call it right now. GQ Spain does not exist. That's why he was able to say that. By the way, the European version of USA Today said I'm the best podcaster in the world. So there's that. Because it doesn't exist as the.
Yeah, I get it.
Well,
Sunday.
as you get ready to get to Sunday, I should really
Hold on,
leave.
hold on.
Literally an hour after I was supposed to.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter now. Your thing that you had to do, you don't have to do anymore.
Because my kid's coming home, and if I'm still up here at that point, that's when
I see. You got to get out of here?
I should go now.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll let you go, Christian. I got to get to Vinny after we say goodbye to you because his jaw's dropping as he reads Liam's IMDb. But
no, I mean, he whatever.
This is a good time for me to leave as you read Liam's IMDb.
Yes. Christian comes to us from the Blatcast.
Yeah.
BLADTCAST.
Yeah, I'm going to have Doug from Good Times, Great Movies on tomorrow. We're going to talk about RoboCop.
Sweet. Doug's always fun. He's great.
Yeah.
And, of course, who are these broadcasters on this very network? You can watch Who Are These Broadcasters Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern on Who Are These Podcasts YouTube. But it's also its own podcast. So I know a lot of people still listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Still they're podcast players. They want to listen to audio. You can subscribe to it, and you get it every Wednesday morning. It shows up in your podcast player.
Yes, thank you, Carl. Appreciate it. Great weekend. This was fun. Just making me realize all of the things that my wife had to put up with. And
Dude, are you going to go buy flowers right now? Is that what you're going to go do? Is that why you're leaving?
I might have to.
Yeah, smart.
Probably an entire Carvel ice cream cake. That might
Smart.
help. So
Go get her a cookie puss. All right.
Great to
Christian.
see everybody this weekend. Great to see you all right now. And
Great to see you,
talk to you all soon. All right.
Thanks, buddy. See ya.
Hi, Christian.
All right, Vinny, what else does it say on this IMDb?
I mean, just go read it yourself. It's like, I don't know if he's joking or if he's being serious. At the age of 24, he was tapped to appear on Comedy Central's Premium Blend. He spent 2 seasons as a regular panelist on VH1's Best Week Ever, and he appeared on IFC doing stand-up for their series Comedy Drop. He was on Caroline Ray's Showtime special and Friends. I don't remember any of this, but I don't know. I mean, maybe he could have been. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure all those things are true. And like I always say to John when he talks about his credits, that makes it more embarrassing that you are where you are now. And I'm not even mad at Liam. Liam and I are on good terms. I don't have a problem with him. I find that like as soon as he gets a little bit of notoriety and Kevin Brennan lets him on his show, his head explodes. Even bigger than it actually is somehow.
You were on good terms.
No, he just needs to get over himself. It's weird. Like, he was literally announcing to people he wasn't going to be at Hackamania. No one invited him. He's like, just so you guys know, I'm not going to make it to Hackamania. I'm like, no, you were never part of Hackamania. And then he messaged me and he goes, you know what, Carl? It turns out I probably can make it to Hackamania. And I went,
For what? For what
yeah, okay. Anyway,
What?
whatever. It's weird.
That is
It's a weird dude, that Liam. I haven't figured him out yet. What do I know, though?
I don't know him at all, so I have no opinion.
All right, let's talk about Sunday. So on Sunday, there was the poker tournament. Now, the poker tournament was originally going to be just people who are part of Hackamania all playing in a poker tournament. There was a $60 buy-in, and I was all in for that because I'm like, sweet, we'll sit with the other hosts and comedians and all the listeners and viewers who came out and watched this. It'll be great. Then it turned into, no, there's this other poker tournament where it's all these people getting into it. It's a $200 buy-in, and I don't even know how many people signed up for it, but a lot.
There was over 100 from what I heard.
Oh, yeah. And so it wasn't going to be like all people you know and stuff hanging out. Because I guess the World Series of Poker is in town at this weekend, so all the dealers were busy with the World Series of Poker, so it was hard to put on a poker tournament. Anyway, I know that Rocco did the tournament. I know that Patrick Melton did the tournament. Patrick Melton did very well. In fact,
17th.
He placed 17th. He made $470, and he texted me about that. He says it was not worth it.
It's a long day.
Well, what I said to him was, I go, that's why I didn't end up doing it, because the worst case scenario is you do well, and then you're tied up with poker all day. And I'm glad that I didn't do that, because on Sunday we went to the Punk Rock Museum.
That was so cool.
With Lucy Tightbox and Baloney Factory and Jenny Jingles. And then I went to Omega Mart, which was very trippy. It was like a dystopian Willy Wonka's chocolate factory on acid, more acid. That was interesting. So Lucy and myself and the Great Sea Moose and a couple other guys, Bad at Karate. And so we all went to that. That was a lot of fun. And then we went over to Container Park, and that was the big meetup.
That was really a cool place.
That was scheduled. That was on the website.
Yeah.
6 o'clock, Container Park. Walking distance from the hotel everyone stayed at. So we all meet over there. I saw Vinny as soon as I walked in. I see everyone hanging out. Tio Hank, by the way, great dude. Mm-hmm. He was hanging out all weekend. I'm not going to get to everyone who was there, and I should have written it down or something. There were so many cool people that we hung out with. Great times. But here's what I wanted to talk about with Container Park, because we're all sitting around outside in this one area. And at first there was just a few of us, and then everyone started congregating, because there's a lot of different things to do in the park.
Yeah.
And then eventually everyone started congregating to the one place, and we're all there hanging out. And I'm sitting next to Ray DeVito. And Ray DeVito was given 100 milligram gummy. And gummy rhymes with dummy. Dummy ate the 100 milligram gummy. And then people informed him that that's a lot of milligrams of THC. And he goes, huh, what? Is it? Is it a lot? Carl, is that a lot? I go, I wouldn't eat that much. I think I'd lose my mind. Come on. No, that's not a lot, is it? How do you, Vinny, I think I asked you this when we were there hanging out together. How in 2024 do you not know that 100 milligrams is a very strong gummy?
Well, you could be Ray. You could have been hit by a truck. That's how you don't know that. I'm guessing.
He's been hit by 2 trucks, but even with that, even knowing that, that's insane that he didn't know that that was going to be a strong gummy.
I know. And also, if you know you're going to be in a group of people, not that I'm immune to this, believe me, we all know I'm not, but maybe don't take it.
Yeah, that's the time to not like OD on drugs, probably.
Not for nothing. It's a weed gummy. It's not like a fentanyl patch or something fucked up.
Well, no, but he could become wildly antisocial or just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And I knew people in the chat would say stuff like this, like B Smiley the third says, 100 milligrams isn't too bad. It's a lot. And also, I don't even know if the dosage things are correct on any of these products, because I've eaten ones that say 10, I've eaten ones that say 25, and they seem like reverse. So who even knows? And even knows if the gummy that the guy gave to him was even 100 milligrams, he might have just said that to make it fun for everyone. I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know,
that's 1,000 milligrams, Ray.
Yeah. All I know is that everyone was telling Ray he ate way too much. He's like, come on, you guys should, what's going on? And he's like switched to water, and he's all like worried and freaking out. So my goal was, all right, I'm going to talk to Ray until it kicks in, and I want to see what happens. So I just start talking to Ray about music.
Oh, you were trying very hard to.
I know he loves talking music. So I go, Ray, you know, we're just sitting next to each other. There's a lot of people around. I go, Ray, favorite band of all time. What do you got? Gee, I don't know, Carl. I got lots of favorites. It's like, holy shit, it's Richard Christie all over again.
No.
I go, no, just one. What's your favorite band? He's like, Carl, who could even say that? I'm like, I can tell you the answer to that. In fact, I think most people watching this. It's not Weezer. It's not fucking Weezer. Anyway, so he's all over the place. You know, Frankie Valli, and it was just like a weird combination of bands.
He does have really eclectic taste.
New Edition was the third band he named.
Yeah, that was weird, but
he's an R&B guy. He loves R&B.
Each to their own.
Yeah. So anyway,
so we're talking. To him, he settled on Beastie Boys, right?
Well, yeah. So we were talking about all these different groups, and finally we got to Beastie Boys. And him and I were talking Beastie Boys for a while, because that's one of my favorites of all time as well. So we had much to discuss on that. So I was trying to keep him engaged in this conversation, see where this would go, and even I had to tap out at a certain point. I'm like, all right, that's enough. That's enough of this. We got to move on. But Container Park was a very cool area. I had fun there. Vinny walked away to go. Oh, you went to see Penn and Teller?
I did. And I did the sketchiest thing I've ever done in my life.
What's that?
I was going to save this for the creep off, but I'll tell you now. I got out of there, and you know, I had been drinking a lot at that point. I had had some big margaritas at that thing, and I was just fucking around, and it was pretty wild. And I get out to go order a lift, and the place at the front of the Rio was packed. Just probably 75 people there, all waiting for lifts and Ubers. And I go, fuck. And I'm standing there, probably glassy-eyed as shit. And some dude walks up next to me. Like, this Mexican guy walks up. He's like, hey, man, you need a ride? And I looked at him and was like, yeah, I do.
Oh, no.
And he goes, $30. Where are you going? I go, downtown Grand. And he goes, come on. And I follow him over to a little fucking minivan. And I'm thinking to myself, this is weird. Should you be doing this? Next thing you know, I'm in the van.
Oh, my God.
This motherfucker peels out. Like, I almost fell out of the seat. And I'm going, oh, no, I'm going to die tonight. I know I shouldn't have done this. And I start, like, freaking out a little bit. And I go to the dude. I go, hey, man, I'm going to pay you. What's your Venmo? And he tells me it's LOL space WTF.
That's fake. That's fake.
And I'm sitting there going, One more time. LOL space WTF. And I'm like, oh no, he's like kidnapping me. Holy shit, I'm about to get sex trafficked.
Yep.
And turns out that was his actual Venmo, and he was a cool dude. He just does it for shit, and he was nice. But I was very scared for the first 5 minutes of that ride. That it was all good.
Well,
bad choice. Don't do what I did.
That's a dumb thing to do. I'm surprised you did that. But also, who says $30 and then where are you going?
I know.
Doesn't make any sense.
Big deal. Because like I looked at Lyft, and it would have been like 25 minutes, and it would have been like $85.
Wait, he took you to the Rio then for the show?
No, I was at the Rio going back to the hotel.
Oh, going back. Okay. I thought you were talking about leaving Container Park. I'm sorry, I missed that part. So I'm like, it's less than half a mile. You took a $30 fucking ride to get a half a mile, but okay,
No.
You're not that fat.
No, I'm not. I walked to the Container Park with your lovely mom wife.
That's right.
Yes, we walked
Loveliest.
That's correct. Did you go to the Vegas Punk Museum? I sure as shit did. It was a lot of fun. I saw some really cool exhibits. They have a jam room with guitars. The Lemmy shit is pretty cool. They have Lemmy's bass and his actual amp, like all of his gear is right there, his actual stuff. And then next to that, in a little showcase, it's his hat, his boots, his belt, like all of his gear that he wears on stage. That was very cool to see. But
Yeah, it was a really cool experience to go there because there was set lists and posters and everything else, but there was also a lot of the fashion of the time, and it was really grungy looking shit that people just wore a ton, and I don't know, I thought it was really cool.
That was very cool. Also, because I'm a NoFX dork, I took photos. Fat Mike had lyric sheets where he wrote out the lyrics to like Rico and stuff, and it's like lines crossed out and then rewritten. It's like the original him writing that song, and it's fantastic. So that stuff was very cool.
You know what I did on Sunday morning?
What's that?
I took a lift down to the Strip, down to Caesar's Palace, and I walked down to the Las Vegas sign just to check that shit out. And then I walked back the rest of the fucking Strip all the way to the Strat. Jesus. It took me like 4 hours to do the whole Strip, but it was fucking fun, and the people watching was amazing. I actually really love Las Vegas now, just from watching mutants everywhere.
Vinny showed me on his phone. He walked 10 miles, and it was never cool out. It was over 90 degrees at all times, usually over 100 degrees.
It was great. It was like it was that dry heat though. I fucking loved it. I enjoyed the shit out of Vegas.
Yeah. No, it was a blast. I'm really glad that we did that, and I'll do it again. I will definitely do that again. I think that's all the stuff that I wanted to hit on. As far Jen, what else did you enjoy? I know that you got to play some Willy Wonka slots.
When you went off to Omega Mart, I said, nope, I just want to sit here and lose all my money on slots, and that's exactly what I did.
I did the least amount of game I've ever done in Vegas. I did play some blackjack. I did win. I am up. So that's good. I know you guys are all concerned. But Carl, did you win money? Yes, I did. Don't worry about me. We're doing okay over here.
I didn't, but I was sitting at a slot machine just, doing the stuttering John, poking at a button kind of thing, and not even paying attention to what I'm doing. And all of a sudden I hear...
You like when John's texting someone?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden I hear, hey, what's going on? And I turn in, it's Rocco. He has no voice at all.
Yeah, Rocco on Sunday night. So he was at Container Park with Amber, with Rocco's, Tuki's mom or whoever. And like he literally, like I've heard someone like us, we're very raspy right now. We got him very late last night.
Yeah,
we've had busy days.
I'm fading fast.
Yes, so we'll cut this, but like we're raspy. He literally had no voice at all, which is why we're taking Tuki Soup's slot right now. And why he didn't join us, I imagine. But yeah, he was just, hey, but he left it all on the field. He did. They say the best athletes, they got nothing left. The game ends, they got nothing left. They left it all on the field, and that's what Rocco did. He crushed it.
I cannot put that dude over enough as like a talent, and I'll even throw this on there. As a person, as a dude, he's fucking just awesome to hang out with. I really am a big fan of Rocco.
Oh, and I should mention this real quick because we started the show a couple hours ago talking about tech problems and Patrick Melton working through all that stuff. By the time the creep off started and then Nobody Likes Onions, then Who Are These Podcasts and Tuki Soup, the stream was perfect.
Yeah.
The stream was fantastic. And so I know the video's all going to come out and everything like that. And so it came out great. People are going to enjoy it when they get to see it. Like I said, I'm going to post the Stuttering John segment from Who Are These Podcasts later tonight. And then we'll have the whole Who Are These Podcasts up for our Patreon and YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, and Creepos, look for the Creep Off tomorrow. There was one technical issue with our video because we showed a lot of images and videos, and I guess the capture card was malfunctioning for part of it. So I'm going to go back in and fix all that stuff up tonight and tomorrow morning and render that out, and I'll have it posted tomorrow. Hope you guys like it. It was a really cool show. And
shout out to Moody, who was a huge part of the tech. Oh, Teamster Tim. Shout out to Teamster Tim.
Teamster Tim.
But Moody was a huge part of making sure that show ran and everything happened. He's such a cool guy and so laid back considering the amount of work and the workload that he had. He was fantastic. I remember at one point when they were having their tech problems, they're like, all right, things are working now. And then all of a sudden, like, everything just rebooted. And he's just like, oh, everything just rebooted. I don't know what just happened.
Well, then didn't he do a Q&A about New Zealand? People were like trying to tell me he was Australian. He's like, nope. No, that's Australia. I'm New Zealand.
Count Connor $2. I will rent out part of my fridge to Liam. That's nice of you. Tony Maloney $2 says, welcome back, y'all. Just starting. See you now later. Count Connor $2. Did you ask the violent John to sign your knife? D Vogel $10 says, on this day in WATP history 2018, Jenny Jingles was the co-host of episode 107. The single greatest episode of WATP. Actually, it was May 27th. Okay, I'm drunk. Good night. Holy shit. Yes, we are 6 years out.
From Opie.
From Opie Radio, episode 107, starring Jen and myself.
I'll be ding-danged.
And that definitely was...
show really found itself.
It changed the trajectory of WATP, that's for sure, that episode. And then 2 episodes later, Stuttering John. We discovered that he had a podcast. Funny how that worked. Framka, $2. You say fuck too much. You sound like John Melendez. Oh, shit. Am I saying fuck too much? Was I?
I don't know. I say fuck all the time.
I try not to because it does sound like you're an idiot.
I don't like to use that kind of language.
I don't appreciate it. Plus, my mom is watching.
I'm right here.
I see what you did. I see what you did.
Look at Jenny leading in.
Very
leading
good.
in on that.
Right. All right. I think that pretty much does it, unless anyone else has anything else. Oh, shit. Christian Blatt. My wife isn't divorcing me, but I think Liam is.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Sorry, Christian.
It happened so fast.
It'd be funny if his wife divorced him and then Liam got with his wife.
Well, now that'd be
funny, right?
Yeah, hilarious.
That's the definition of funny.
I bet you Liam would take her to the movies.
It's true. And you know what? Liam wouldn't be like, oh, I'm still podcasting with my friends. You take the kids to Cub Scouts. Liam would be like, I'll hang up on Kevin Brennan right now. What do you need me to do? Because Liam's a gentleman. Unlike Christian Blatt. All right. Vinny, thank you so much for hopping on and sticking with us for so long, buddy.
My pleasure, buddy. It's good to see you both. You know I love you. Thanks for having me. Shout out to Patrick Melton. Really great job. Moody, also great job. Tim's awesome. Dr. Steve. It was just a really great weekend and a great experience. I'm very happy to be a part of the first Hackamania.
Me too.
Me
I hope
too.
I get to be a part of the next one. Bad at Karate. It was amazing meeting you all. Everyone was incredibly nice. See you at DabbleCon 2.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. Hung out a lot with Bad at Karate. Very, very cool guy. And tomorrow, WATP will have a new episode for you at 5 o'clock Eastern for everyone who is a member on Patreon or YouTube or Supercast. That's going to be with Trucker Andy, Lucy Tightbox, producer Chris. So back to the old Wednesday format, and we'll see everybody then.
Farting in the mosh pits.
Oh, anything you want to plug, Vinny?
The Creep Off, new episode coming out this week, but every Monday at 1 o'clock, and keep an eye out for Subreddit Surfing. We're got some really cool stuff coming up. You'll see.
Nice. Subreddit Surfing has its own YouTube channel. Subscribe to that.
Please do.
Please join us again next time with the episode we find out what's for all. Who are these podcasts? Sleep well, every pony.
Farting in the mosh pits of morning radio.
Okay. Great show. Good job, everybody.
Great job, everyone.
Boom! Hot take!
That's the gayest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Mental illness can literally drive you crazy.
No one told me there was gonna be boasting.
You're not charismatic.
You fucking know all about this shit.
Fucking thing sucks.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
And that's the way the news goes.
Fuck you!
What is going on here?
You know, who are these
Podcasts.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Makes no sense.
A plane has hit I rewatch iCarly.
Boom.
Fuck his mom. Boom. Boom.
Okay, bye.
Man, that was a good episode.
That was a good episode.
I enjoyed that.
That was a great episode.
That was really great.